Hello and welcome to Idle Champions Presents The Court of the Raven Queen, Episode 2. This is normally when I would come up with some pithy title for the episode, which you think I would have had in mind, but now I'm like, nah, it's just Episode 2, some rough stuff, you know? That's the name of the title. Episode 2, some rough stuff. Before we dive into this here in earnest, let us first meet our wonderful cast. Let us know who you are and who you are playing. We will start with you, Erin.
I'm Erin M Evans, and author of the Brimstone Angels saga, and I'm playing Farida, Tiefling Warlock.
All right, and Mark.
Hello, I'm Mark Meer. I do voices in video games, and one of the voices I've done in a video game is that of Baloth Baratil, Drow Shadow Sorcerer and Lord of the Black Pits. Also, Slayer of Tiamat, Alabaster Booty Clap,
Yeah.
Current Wielder of the Wand of Orcus.
Indeed. Shareef?
Hey, I'm Shareef. I'm playing Shaka, Damper Warlock. Just getting used to this vampire thing.
You know, I mean, you're going to have plenty of time to get used to it, I think.
Cool.
Lauren?
I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the content coordinator for Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. I'm playing Orkira, the Dragonborn cleric, who's also trying to get used to Shaka's vampire thing.
And last but certainly not least, DJ.
Oh, hi, I'm DJ. I play Desmond, human, ranger, lycanthrope, and we like to wreck things. Our pronouns are he, him. They're awesome. Thanks for being here with us.
Before we go on, a couple of announcements. First, I'd like to thank you, the Codename Entertainment community, for helping us raise $20,000 for the Canadian Cancer Society. So thank you for that. You're literally making a life-saving difference in the lives of those people. And speaking of a life-saving difference, in light of last week's events in the Ukraine, Idle Champions is launching a new charity drive today in-game, the International Rescue Committee. All net proceeds from the charity drive will go to the International Rescue Committee to support refugees now displaced due to the war in Ukraine. So again, if you have the ability, participate in that. You can get something cool and do some good at the same time. As always, we thank you for the Idle Champions community for tuning in to vote, for influence in the game, for tuning in tonight. We acknowledge that the stakes are high and no small part to those votes. Y'all voted for some pretty rough stuff, and I'm here for all of it. Thank you. But we do also ask that you respect our cast and try and avoid backseating. This is high-level play. Things are happening in real time. A lot goes on. And as I'm fond of saying, every armchair quarterback that sits at home would have had 100% pass completion. They would have landed every ball they ever threw ever. You know, Tom Brady's a bum. And also, there might be some context going on behind the scenes that you're not aware of. Like, I might have told them something, or we might be working on an angle or something that, you know, it might not be public knowledge just yet. So just sit back and enjoy the ride. For the votes, I'm not going to tell you all of them. Again, this is public. If you know, you know. But if you don't know, no spoilers, because over the course of the episode, everything is going to come out in the wash organically. But what I will say is you all voted that one random champion would gain double spells. So every time they cast a spell, that spell will go off twice. We already had our roll before we got started here. And the lucky recipient of the double spells this week, can I get a drum roll? Drum roll. Orkira Ildrex. Yay.
Hey, thank you for that lucky roll.
Unfortunately, they also voted that you would be unlucky, Orkira, which means on your turn, you have a 50% chance to take no action. You'll still have access to your movement, bonus action, and reactions, but there's a 50-50 shot on each turn that you will not do a thing. And although I love you dearly, I'm going to find every opportunity in my power to make that as bad as possible. So there you go.
I would like to ask everyone not to die this game, because I might not be able to do anything. Just saying.
It's a coin toss. I put the odds at 50-50. You know what's funny? I actually have a D2, which is literally a coin.
There you go.
for times just like this. But when it comes up, we'll figure out a neat way to do it. Again, the stream code for this episode is ICP3 episode 2 code, which again, when reduced to its verbal components, is IC3 episode code. My verbal component of the spell we're casting here. That is going to be good till March 7th at 4 p.m. Pacific. We have our giveaways going, which are our Idle Champions Dice Vaults, complete with your iris dice that are super cool. Hang on, let me get one of my irises. Of course, it's a very lucky die, darling. You want to get a whole handful of them. This giveaway is open to the US and Canada only, excluding Quebec. I don't even think it's necessary for me to point out anymore why we won't send it to Quebec, but Quebec knows. Quebec knows. Also, there's the Shadowfell Desmond Theme Pack DLC, which is available internationally. The winners of both of those giveaways will be announced at the end of the episode. As always, thank you to Martin, Jay, and Trevor, our moderators, Trievor the Brave. Thank you very much. And with that, let us jump back in to our story. When last we met, our heroes awoke in the Shadowfell, missing large swaths of their memory. How they got here being completely unknown, and even why you're here only being somewhat tangentially available to you. You somewhat remember that Farida's twin sister Havilar is in danger of some sort. You vaguely remember something about the Raven Queen. You very quickly encountered a stranger named Desmond, who, as far as he knew, just went out hunting in Barovia with his friend Tatiana, made a couple of turns and was in a strange cave and encountered you all. You battled storms, you battled a swarm of killer scurried shadow squirrels. You chose to go over the mountain rather than through the chasm to get out to the other side, encountering odd, fiery, yet simultaneously icy elementals, and you were visited by the Lord of Whispers, Vecna himself.
He's famous.
He's famous. He is famous. Now, we rejoin you all on the mountainside, having just defeated the elementals. The wind is still biting and the wind is stinging. Again, everywhere you look all over the Shadowfell is this same dull, muted gray. The sky is cloudy. When it even shows you the sky itself is gray, there's no stars or moon to speak of. The only real distinguishing characteristic of the landscape is a gigantic fortress, the Fortress of Memories, that you can see off in the distance. What would you all like to do?
So we're heading in that direction because we think that's where we gotta go?
Yes,
It's the only place you see. Sorry.
We took the high road, as I recall. Yes.
Yeah, I think we should go that way for sure.
I hate that we don't have a plan, that we don't remember the plan we came in with, but I don't see somewhere else to head. What are we going to do when we get there?
Well, we're trying to find your sister, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with my usual MO. Walk in, and then keep casting spells until everything's dead.
I mean, that's a plan. Might I offer another plan? We're really trying to find your sister.
Yeah.
If we think she's here, and Orkira's gonna root around in her pack for a moment until she pulls out a complicated piece of machinery with a crystal ball in it that looks like a spectrometer, and she's gonna say, I can try to scry on her, make sure she's here.
That's a very good idea. Let's do that. I like that idea.
Okay. I need 10 minutes. You think we got 10 minutes?
Hopefully.
No.
We just all kind of face out in case there's a threat coming for Orkira.
Come here a second.
We can take guard, like we can take guard for the 10 minutes that you need, but we just got attacked by these huge elementals. We don't know what else could be out here. So maybe, is there anywhere? Are we like? Sorry, question for the DM. Are we out in like the middle of?
You're on
nowhere?
the side of an icy mountain. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
Is there any,
you
like-
are fully exposed.
Is there any like cavern or cave or anything that is close?
Well,
us?
You look here on the edge of this mountain. The terrain around you now rises as rocky hillocks and stunted, crumbling peaks, framing the dark lines of the Fortress of Memory standing nearer in the distance. A new trail twists towards the citadel between the rocky slopes, with one of those slopes just over a mile away, topped by a cluster of ancient dark gray megaliths. A few of those cracked stone slabs have been keeled over and shattered, but most still stand upright, reaching for the black sky like splintered fingers. That would be the only place within that you can see from here that might offer you some sort of shelter or protection of any kind.
Yeah, I guess it's a little dangerous, but I guess if we want to scry, we have to do it kind of out in the open. So we can just all kind of encircle you, I guess, and look on the outside, while you're doing this.
Okay, but Farida, I need you for a second. Come here.
Okay.
And when you come on over, she's gonna look at you very seriously and say, "Do you have anything from your sister? Something she owns?"
I don't know. If I check my pockets, did the stuff I brought with me come with me, or did it swap with my outfit?
Oh, that's right. We changed clothes. We're all kind of gothy right now, aren't we?
You all look very different, and there is nothing on your person that you are certain belonged to your sister.
Well, we're twins. With that, can you?
Well, that's
use
true.
that?
We do have something that belonged to her sister because you are her sister.
I mean, I'm willing to try, and I'll hold out my hand to take your hand.
Put my hand right into where Kira's.
So in one hand, I've got the spectrometer, and the other, I'm holding Farida, and I'm going to take 10 minutes, light up my hand so that the spectrometer glows. And I've met Havilar before, and I'm going to try to scry on her.
Oh, I think I have a sandwich she gave me one time, somewhere.
Well, I'll put it on top of her hand.
Yeah.
Put it on top of our hands if you find it, but I'm going to get going because we don't want to stay out here long. And I'm going to try to scry on her.
As she begins casting her scrying spell, Baloth, give me a perception check. Actually, everybody but Orkira and Farid, give me perception checks.
Perception, you say.
12.
Even with my bonus, that's a big old 10.
And 12.
Nat 20.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Yes.
Desmond, you hear blowing on the wind, Mr. Baloth! Mr. Baloth! Mr. Baloth!
Baloth, do you have anyone that calls you Mr. Baloth?
Yes, I have one specific and very valued underling that addresses me as such. Why do you ask?
Because I hear somebody saying, Mr. Baloth. So I figured
Where?
you might want to. Can I
where's it
tell the
coming from?
direction that I hear it from?
With a natural 20, you know it's coming from the direction of those megaliths. You can see them, but they're some distance away from you still.
And I'm pointing at them and show them. Yeah, they're right over there. You can see them right there. Yeah.
I suggest we save our scrying until we can do it in the shelter of those megaliths. Some of you might remember Puff, little fungus fellow. He's a fun guy.
Oh, I'm always up for a fun guy. I will stop and, yeah, I mean, if we think there's more shelter there, I'd like to be out of the snow.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, I think I hear a plaintive call on the wind. Or rather, Desmond heard it and then pointed it out to me. I wasn't paying attention.
Okay. We'll pause. We'll pause right here, which is where we were starting, and then maybe you'll find your sandwich, and I'll put away the spectrometer.
Now then, everyone, on to my flying carpet. Oh, I don't have that. I don't have that. All right,
no,
on foot, like peasants.
Your dogs are barking, Baloth. Like you haven't walked this many steps in years.
I know. Touching the ground with the soles of my feet. Speaking of dogs barking, as I recall, Marmadark is already with us. He's been summoned. But he is but a medium-sized hound. He is not big enough to carry me, but very well. Let's walk in that direction.
And again, Marmadark has a wild madness in his eyes that you're not accustomed to, Baloth. Even when you ask him to do things, like there's like a moment before he reacts, and it's there's definitely a wildness to him that is uncharacteristic.
I'd have to keep an eye on Marmadark. Yeah, I think he needs his walkies. But speaking of walkies, shall we?
Go.
Baloth, as you guys are heading in the direction that has been pointed out to, Baloth, give me perception with advantage.
With advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a 21 or another 10. I'll take the 21, thank you.
Rightly so. As you get a little closer, again, Desmond's hearing is impeccable. You start to hear it too, Baloth. The Mr. Baloth, Mr. Baloth.
Oh.
And you also, on some of the megaliths, you see tapestries that look like Black Pit's tapestries. It just says, "Coming soon, the Black Pits."
Wait a minute. I copyrighted that font. Someone's going to be hearing from my team of lawyers from Avernus. This is very odd. I pointed out to the others. I could swear those banners are promotional material from the Black Pits.
Well, it says
Were you
right there,
sitting-
promotional material from the Black Pits. You should copyright this.
I did.
I don't know if the copyright goes in between areas, though. That's the thing.
Well, I mean, my lawyers are from Avernus, and they swore to me it covered all of the outer and
That's what a
inner
lawyer
plane.
would say.
You shouldn't trust the devils.
Well,
Are you sure you didn't set up a franchise here?
It's possible. I've got one in Barovia, but let's investigate further, shall we?
As you all approach, as you get some distance away, you can see the lights of fires burning, and there are tents set up. And in Baloth, it does look like when the Black Pits are coming to town. When you go and you do regional shows to recruit new talent, that is what it looks like.
Interesting. I don't recall signing off on a franchise in the Shadowfell, but all right.
But we've got a big hole in our memory, so maybe this is something that you did just before we came.
It's entirely possible. I am nothing if not an unreliable witness.
Mr. Baloth!
Puff!
You do see Puff comes running out of the tent, and he stops about 40 feet away, and he says, we found you, Mr. Baloth! Oh my goodness! And you all see a little myconid. He's about 2 feet tall, and his mushroom top grows out like he's wearing a fancy hat with a feather, and there is a sword in the sheath. And he says, we found him! Elon, we found Mr. Baloth! And you all see out of one of the tents a unfamiliar form and a very familiar form come out. You see the towering form of a Rakshasa. Looks like a man with a tiger's head with his thumbs on backwards, which is anomalous, that waves. And he says, Mr. Baloth, we are so happy to have found you here. We thought you would be lost forever. We launched this joint rescue mission. I believe we have another friend of yours. And you all see a red and green-haired halfling comes out of the tent and turns and looks at me. Hey, you guys made it. Hi. Oh, Farida, I'm sorry I'm late. The honeymoon, the honeymoon. Now, I had to leave Penelope on the beach, the plane of fire. You were right. Hot springs were the way to go. But I'm here to help you guys now. I'm here to help you complete the mission. Come on over, you guys. And Frida turns and goes back into the tent.
Freely, my friend. Well, it looks like we're going to be filled in on those missing gaps in our old nuggets.
How did all of you get here? Because when we tried to get here, things went really, really wrong.
We knew that this was the way that Mr. Baloth was traveling, and we wanted to come and reinforce him. The little one said something about heroism or a rescue mission. I knew that Mr. Baloth was just here to trap some new and unusual specimens for the Black Pits, were you not?
Yes, always thinking Alan Garak, but I must confess, we've got a few, shall we say, gaps in our recollections. Maybe you could fill a few of them in. How long have we been gone? When did we depart for the Shadowfell?
Oh, it is a very, very harrowing tale that has led us here. Oh, and he turns and walks into the tent.
Can I take a quick look around? Besides these three, do I see anybody else?
Give me a perception check.
Sure. 33.
You just hear their voices from coming inside the tent, but you do hear Freely being like, "Oh man, I'm just glad I'm not too late. I mean, it just like broke my heart to have to say no to Farida." And you hear Alan Garak's like, "Oh, do not worry, my little friend. All will be well now that we are together. I just missed Mr. Baldur."
How many tents are in this
Five.
traveling pit? And I don't see anyone else or hear anyone else?
Nope.
Aloth, do you travel usually with like an entourage?
Oh, yes. I mean, well, in addition to the fine folks you've met, my cousin is usually with us. He's a Dragloth, by the way, drow and demon. He's quite the bouncer. There's usually a few more folks around, people to carry things and whatnot, but do you think what we're seeing is what we're actually seeing?
I'm wondering the same thing. It seems like they got here a lot easier and with their memories intact.
And none of them needed to be apologized to by Vecna? So, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm usually pretty good at plane shifting. And when Vecna came to apologize, I know something really bad had happened. So, this is weird.
Yes, best to be on guard, but the best way to spring a trap is to walk right into it.
I guess.
I would like to, at this point, before we go forward, Orkira is going to take advantage of the fact, even though I don't know if she knows this, that her spells are going to be doubled. And I'm going to start to cast death wards on people. So I'm going to come up...
Well, here's how we're going to do this.
Okay.
Give me odd or even, Orkira.
Even.
Farida, if you would roll a d20.
$15.
Orkira, you raise your hands and your magic will not leap to your defense.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Sorry, it's cold. It's super cold. Don't embarrass me. I'm going to try to just light my hand up with fire, like produce flame.
You feel it working intermittently, Orkira, but when it does work, it leaps to life.
Whoa.
But then nothing. Like,
Oh.
Are you okay?
No, I feel like I've got a weird starter going on. Like, I was just going to try to death ward everybody, but everything feels...
Not the best time for our healer to be suffering from performance issues, but...
Listen, if this is the worst
We'll
of it...
figure this out.
For Lauren's benefit, because Orkira would like to try right away again, but I don't want to be that... I don't want to go down that road. When could I try again?
Here in just a moment. You'll be able to try again.
Yeah, just give me a moment. Once I feel like I got a handle on this, I'll try, but I'll be behind you if we want to go spring a trap.
Before we walk in to spring the trap, Frida's going to cast Armor of Agathis. Just in case.
What does her Armor of Agathis look like when it springs into being?
I think especially here in the Shadowfell, it makes a kind of framework of icy black lines. So she has like an extra layer of armor over her that radiates an unnatural cold.
You all
Don't bump into me.
Hear a gentle sizzling coming from the tents, and you hear, Mr. Baloth, I was able to procure a bit of Umber Hulk flesh. I'm preparing your favorite Umber Hulk sushi.
Ooh.
Yes.
lightly seared on either side. That's fantastic.
Yes.
I'll be
and
right
then the
back,
eyeballs
folks.
for dessert, yes.
Baloth just immediately starts striding towards the tent.
He says, we should follow him.
I have rolled again, even or odd, Orkira.
Even.
This time it does go off and your death ward activates twice.
Excellent. Who's nearby?
Bailoth is walking normal speed, so I'd say you could get him before he walked out of range.
So I'll grab Bailoth and Farida. So yeah, hands light up with fire, and I'm like, ha ha ha! Poof, poof, and I grab both of you on the shoulders before you go off, and fiery wings just suddenly appear on both of your backs, and then get sucked back in. And you both have a death ward, which means if you drop to 0 hit points or below, then you instead drop to 1 once within the next 8 hours. And then I'll look over at Shaka and Desmond and say, give me a second. I guess I just need to warm it up. And I will grab my holy symbol and like hold on to it and be like, stop making things awkward. I'm trying to help.
Ooh, much appreciated, Orkira. Come on, everyone.
That freaks me out a little every time you do it, but I appreciate it.
I probably should have given you more warning, but Chuck and Desmond, you're next.
As you head towards the tent, you see Alan comes out and he says, before we eat, I must show you something. We have acquired such a beast that we are ready to transport back to the Black Pits with your permission, my lord. It has tentacles and a jaw that bites, and it comes out and it does the biting again. It is incredible to behold. Come here, I will show it to you.
Oh, of course, the crowd loves tentacles for some reason. We always notice a big spike in sales whenever there's a tentacled monster.
Come.
Before I forget, I met Vecna. I think I laid a little bit of groundwork for a possible appearance. We'll see. We should be prepared to comp him, though.
The Whispering One, Vecna,
Mm-hmm.
You have met him. Did he know you?
He does now.
Yes. Come. And he starts walking further into the megaliths.
Bailoth is just walking along with him.
Yep.
Actually,
Farita's gonna keep up with Bela.
Since I can detect magic at will, and there has been some suspicions raised, Bailoth just sort of like casts a glance at Ilan Garak with detect magic.
Give me 1 second here.
Well, Orkira's just standing next to Desmond going, I promise this is not how this usually works.
Fine. This place is weird.
Real weird, but once I get it going, we'll all feel a lot better.
Give me perception with disadvantage.
That's for me.
Yes, Bailoff.
Disadvantage this time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's either a 16 or a 17, so 16.
It all seems legit, Bailoff. Yeah. The rest of you, as Bailoff is now walking further into the ruins, and Farida apparently is also walking further into the ruins. What are Desmond and Orkira doing?
I'm desperately trying to cast it one more time. I'm trying my best. Out loud to the Phoenix, I'm like, I know it's kind of hard to feel me right now, but this is real important.
Orkira, a second later, you see Freely's head pops out of the tent, and he goes like, something wrong?
Yeah, death warding. Hey, Freely, come here. Death warding halflings, except this time I'm death warding new friends.
No, look at the size of this guy. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. No, you guys, actually, hang on. Wait here with me for a second. I gotta go into the tent. I gotta oil the old arm here, and then we're gonna go take a look at this monster too here, okay? Man. Orkira, after the wedding, whoo, boy, I think I probably slept for 2 days. I think I ate enough for 2 orcs. And then, I don't want to tell tales out of school, but let me just tell you something. Newlyweds that can shapeshift. And he turns and goes back into the tent.
There are times when I won't really want to hear all about Freely's adventures, and then there are times it's just really embarrassing. I'm sorry about that. I'm glad that you were having fun.
Fun does not describe it. Let's just say, woo. Meanwhile, Bailoff, give me 1 second here. A wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 15.
Farida.
Oh, but however, I do have advantage on saves versus magical effects.
Then you can roll advantage with this one.
Slightly better. A 17.
I'm being very careful parsing some of this stuff because it is like very down to the minutia of exactly what's happening here. Farida, Baloth vanishes. He's just gone.
Whoa. Reach out and where he was, and do I hit anything?
Nope, nothing's there.
Baloth!
You see, Alon stops and turns and looks at you, and he says, "You know, Mr. Baloth is full of surprises like this. We should probably just wait here. I'm sure he will be back shortly. I have not made your acquaintance yet."
No. We haven't met. Where do you think Baloth went?
Oh, who can say? And he does not like to be questioned like this. I notice I asked too many questions. It is a good way to end up in a cellar.
I'm going to back away just
Mhm.
a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like this is... I feel like I'm walking into a trap, and now I'm realizing that was not a good idea. That was an Avalar idea. I'm going to look back. Can I see where Orkira and Desmond and Chaka are?
You can. Yep. They're about 50 feet behind you.
I'm going to call back. Orkira, we have a problem!
Bella,
Already?
what's your armor class currently?
It is 21. I can get it up to 26 with the shield spell.
Would you like to put up your shield?
Yes, if something starts coming at me, I think a natural reaction would be to shield against it.
Perfect. All of you give me perception checks. Not Baloth, or Kira, Farida, Shaka, and Desmond.
28.
9.
18.
18?
21.
21. Or Kira and Desmond. Off in the distance, you hear what sounds like a scuffle. And Freely turns and looks and he goes, "Man, I do not like it here in the Shadowfell. All right, hold on. Time to go to work, huh? All right, okay. All right, let me get. Oh, hey, Shaka. How you doing, man? Been a while.
Doing all right. Just getting used to some changes.
Yeah, you got a little.
Yeah, I might look a little different.
Yeah.
But I'm still the same Shaka, just more blood.
I mean, Orkira, he's looking a little
Like Whittle, yeah, I know. Like one problem at a time. Can I get the death war going? Frantic now, frantic.
It does not go off, Orkira. Baloth, you are in a jet black room, darker than even it should be for you, Baloth. You should be able to see, but it is just completely black. And you are aware that something is trying to grab you. Multiple somethings are trying to grab you. Your shield spell just lights up as tentacles are sort of slapping against it.
Interesting. But my eyes of the dark is not allowing me to see what's in this darkness.
Does it specifically allow you to penetrate magical darkness?
I believe so, yes.
All right, let me just double check real quick.
Here's another question. Did Marmadark come with me wherever I am?
He did not.
Okay.
You can see through any darkness you cast with Eyes of the Dark.
So here's a question. If I cast darkness, would I then be able to see the room?
You'd be able to see. Yeah, it's only darkness you cast. No, you'd just be able to see through your darkness.
To the other darkness that's already there.
But you are aware something is trying to grab you, something with tentacles. What would you like to do, Baloth?
Does it feel like one something or many somethings?
Give me perception.
That would be 20, dirty 20.
A number of tentacles are trying to grab you.
All right. Now, if I were to cast Chain Lightning, I wouldn't. It's a save, so I wouldn't necessarily need to be able to see what I'm shooting at.
Correct. You just blast them. Yep.
Yeah.
What is the save on your Chain Lightning?
DC. You know something? I might actually just go regular lightning for right now.
Okay.
Until I know what I'm actually dealing with. So it's a Dex 22 save.
Okay. You call down the light, and there is a blinding flash. And for a split second, Baloth, you can see what looks like two large fleshy mounds hanging from the ceiling of a cave, with a huge mouth that has two tusks at the bottom of it, although it's hanging upside down, so it looks like it's at the top, and 4 tentacles extend from each of them. You can roll your damage. The rest of you see a huge flash of light as a bolt of lightning comes down from the sky, about 200 feet away.
Do we also hear, do we hear Farida coming back at this point?
Yes, you absolutely do.
I didn't actually come back towards you, but I called you. For the record.
Then I'm gonna look at Shaka and Desmond and be like, I'm gonna keep working on this. If I'll follow you if you want to go. We should do something. But I'll keep working on this.
Wait. Hang on, everybody. This just, I mean, come on, it's Baloth being Baloth, you know? Like, he's probably trying to show off for somebody to be like, he's so powerful, you know? You don't have to worry about it. There's nothing to stress about.
All the way over there?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Also, what was up with his face? Did he seem like he's sort of
Also a later problem. What? I have so many questions.
Go
right
over
now.
there.
Yeah.
That is.
Sorry.
That was 38 points of damage. Is that full damage or half damage?
It's gonna be full damage. They
so
they fail their saves.
One of those guys takes a 38 points of damage. Here's a question: can I twin that spell, or do I need to have seen that there were 2 of them before?
Yeah, you would have had to have seen it.
Gotcha.
Yep. So single target lightning bolt. Perfect. All right. Hang on. Ooh. Hold on here. You see these tentacles come lashing out at you again, Baloth. Would you like to put your shield up or not?
Yes, I would.
Unfortunately, one of them lands with a natural 20 and just smashes through the shield. Give me, although it was worth it, it saved you from a lot more damage, I assure you. Give me either athletics or acrobatics, Baloth.
Acrobatics, I think.
Okay.
22.
You take 20 points of damage and feel this thing start wrapping around you like it's going to pull you in towards its mouth, but it does shimmy out of your grasp. Or you shimmy out of its grasp, rather, before it reels you in. Farida.
Yes.
You see yourself, or there with Alan. He just looks at you and he says, you know, it is very difficult sometimes being the one who is left behind, you know? Like Mr. Baloth goes on his grand adventures and he sees the world and everyone knows his name. He's the conqueror of Tiamat, so on and so forth. But I am the one who always is there to muck the stalls. I feel like you understand this feeling, being the one who has to stay behind.
Yes, but so when that lightning bolt went down, did it just land on the ground, or did we see something over there?
You did not see what it hit, but give me Arcana, Farida.
Okay. 25.
I mean, the weather here is clearly very strange, but you are aware of magical lightning when you see it. Like a magical lightning bolt went off.
Okay, but there's no way to know that was Baloth's magical lightning bolt, I'm assuming.
Correct.
Okay. I would like to try to walk where Baloth walked and see if it will catch me to whatever it was. Because if I were not already really suspicious I would probably get sucked into this conversation, and it is hitting me in the feels. But also, I am freaking out a little bit that Baloth just vanished, because even though Baloth absolutely does stuff like that, I think right now Baloth wouldn't do something like that.
While you walk to the exact same spot, you see Alan looks at you and he's like, I don't understand what it is you are doing. This is oddness, I think.
It doesn't do anything?
Didn't do anything.
Then I want to head to where the lightning bolt hit.
When you start walking, Alan just, wait, no, hold on. Wait, you know, if somebody is missing, you do not, split the party. You know, we should wait right here for Mr. Baloth to return. That is the most logical thing to do.
You're right, we shouldn't split the party. Or Kira! Desmond! Shotgun!
Freely turns and looks and he goes, you know, I spent a lot of time with Havilar. Like, I mean, I don't know Farida, you know, like I'm more like know by acquaintance, you know, but I kind of like the cut of her jib. But, you know, this seems all kind of hasty. Okay. You know, I think just like cooler heads need to prevail. Like Orkira's magic isn't even working right. That's weird. Yes, Desmond.
Desmond casts Zone of Truth.
I willingly fail.
Desmond, you know the way Zone of Truth works is a person who fails the save cannot consciously lie. They are not compelled to tell the truth, but they cannot consciously lie. Mm-hmm. You also know if it works on the person or not. It's one of the few spells you are aware if there is a save or not. When the zone goes out from you, you register nothing from Freely, neither pass nor fail.
Something's wrong here. Let's get to Baloth.
Wait, I mean, come on, you guys.
Something's wrong here. Let's get to Baloth.
Yeah.
I noted nothing. I should know whether or not that passed or failed. Let's leave right now. And then
I'm a very honest halfling. No, I don't. I mean, why would you?
Desmond's already moving.
I'm following Desmond, and I'm going to look back.
Well.
Yeah, I'm going to look back at Freely, and I'm going to say, there's something wrong with you if you don't want to run off into danger. Farida, come on. And I'm going to keep trying to cast Death Ward as we run.
Yeah, Farida is ahead of you. And you see Alan basically does the same thing. He's like, hey, this seems very rash. I don't think you should do this. Meanwhile, Baloth, what would you like to do?
Well, now that I know exactly where these fellows are, disintegrate. Twinned. And I'm twinning it.
Is that an attack from you or a save from them?
That is a save from them.
Yep. What's the number they need to beat?
They need to beat Dex 22.
Baloth, you see the beam slams right into them, like center mass on both of them. But you see they just vibrate for a moment and it just passes over both of them. What languages does Baloth speak?
He speaks Common and Elvish.
As you shoot with this, in your head, Baloth, you just hear of them distinctly laughing at you. And more tentacles come your way. Would you like to put your shield up again?
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
A number of tentacle attacks go out, although only one gets through this time for 10 points of damage. But again, I need athletics or acrobatics, Baloth.
Acrobatics, since I'm so much better at it.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 24.
Again, you were able to wriggle out as it is trying to pull you up into its mouth.
And that was 10 damage, yes?
Yes, 10 bludgeoning, yes. Everybody now roll initiative.
Okay.
7.
I'm not last this time. 30-20.
30-20 for Shaka?
Yep.
And what is it for Desmond?
7.
7. And Farida?
8.
8. You guys. Or Kira?
I also got an 8. That cleric initiative.
I tripped.
And Baloth?
15.
All right.
I'm still trying to death ward the other two, and I'm just not fast.
Like a faulty lighter.
And every once in a while, you just hear me like grousing to the Phoenix under my breath, like, really now? Come on, what did I do wrong?
Farida, give me a wisdom save.
Dirty 20.
Farida, you feel like something grabs you. You don't see it. It's just like your whole body is sort of racked for a second, like you're being pulled, and it just lets go of you.
Does something actually grab? Oh wait, but they have to make a damage for the Agathis armor to go off. So
right. Nope. You definitely feel like an attempt was made though, somehow as you were making your way over. Baloth. Ooh, that was close. Almost got another natural 20. More tentacles rain down on you quite ineffectively, Baloth, and it is your turn. Actually, Baloth, give me a perception.
Perception.
Actually, all of you can give me perception.
Total 21.
21.
29.
29.
22.
Well, again, Shaka's mind is elsewhere. But all the rest of you notice that the air ripples 20 paces away from you, the shadows suddenly unfurling like countless gray banners. Black lightning pulses as another shadow storm surges towards you.
Oh, crap.
Yep. However, Baloth, it is your turn.
You know something? I've had quite enough of this. Meteor swarm.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll it, Baloth.
So that is a Dex 22 save for them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just so many dice.
Mm-hmm.
So, first of all, the fire damage. I'm going to do this digitally.
Mm-hmm. It's the best way.
That is 69, but I see 1, 2, 3. There's like at least 6 ones, so I'm going to empower this.
If now, not
If
when.
not when.
So
Yeah.
69
But I have to say nice.
minus 6, so 63 plus these results. 63 plus 5, 8, 68, 70, 76, 81, another one, so 82, and finally, so that takes it up to 84 points of damage. That
Total,
is
or is that just the fire? Okay.
that is just the fire.
Okay. And give me the
84
other one.
fire plus. Now, because I've empowered this, I'd get to re-roll 6 of the whatchamacallit dice as well, the bludgeoning dice.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, it's 2 different rolls.
Cool.
At least that's what it's going to be now. Hey.
Hey. And didn't give me the result. Hold on.
Even it's like, that's so much damage.
Oh, there we go. Finally. So that's 72, and I'm going to re-roll the lowest dice here. So 72 minus 8 will be
64?
64 plus these results. So that takes it up to 66, 68, 70, 74, 78.
Level 9 magic, y'all.
I love the idea we're running up here and then just
78, 84 points of
Is
bludgeoning
84 for
damage.
both of them? 84, 84?
Well, so it was 84, 84.
I feel
Baloth.
like we skid to a stop and are like,
Baloth, yeah, you all definitely see just like comets of death come erupting out of the sky coming down here. Baloth, is that same glow goes off around them again, but one of them still just like the fire starts to eat away at it, and one of the meteors just smashes into it, knocks it off the ceiling. Anyway, even with a legendary resistance, that was enough damage to kill it. The other one does not look good at all. Anything else for Baloth?
Yeah, basically, as of course, like when Baloth cast like his big 9th level spell, he jumped into the air and his hair is flying around him like,
You fools! You dare meddle with I, Baloth Baratil, Baloth the Entertainer!
So Does
see your
anyone
friends
hear
are
that?
on the way, by the way. Yeah, no, you very
Oh.
much see they were just in time to catch like how cool that was.
And since this is my turn and everyone's running up, I just go, Marmadark! Sick 'em. Does Marmadark go on my turn, or?
Yeah, well, Marmadark's on the way. He'll get there next round.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's on the way because you were transported away hostily. However, now Orkira. Well, I guess who's got the higher dex between Farida and Orkira? I assume Farida, but I don't know.
I have a 13.
I have a 14.
Hey.
I'm a little clumsy.
But
Yeah.
I would assume, did Desmond and Shaka not roll better than me?
They did not.
Oh. Wow.
Nope.
Okay. Do you want me to roll to see if I get...
Sorry. Shaka did. I apologize. Shaka did.
I
Shaka
rolled a
did.
20.
Yeah, I apologize. Shaka, you see up ahead this magical firestorm going off, and you see this tentacled creature clinging to the ceiling of the cave. It is burned and broken now, and one of them lay dead on the floor, but the other one is still actively trying to eat Baloth.
You say it's clinging. Can I see? Is it like supporting itself with a couple of tentacles on the ceiling?
It's difficult to say. It's just kind of like a
Okay.
hunk of meat, you
Yes,
know?
then-
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I'm not really gonna aim for the
A
tentacles.
hunk of
I'm
meat
gonna
with a
aim-
mouth and some tentacles. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna aim for the. Assuming I can see the mouth, I'm gonna aim for like the center of this mass. So I got 4 Eldritch Blasts, and I'm just gonna roll.
And you roll it 4 times, yep.
The same.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same target.
Ka-chow, 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 ka-chow.
We got to hit. We got a 26, a nat 20,
Oof.
a 23, and a 17.
That is going to be, hold on. 4 hits, one of them a crit.
Okay.
Yep. Roll it up for me.
Yep. So that's 5 damage from 1. 4 damage from 1. Great rolls on damage.
Gotta get that agonizing blast, yo.
5 damage from the other. And the third one and the fourth one I'll say is the crit. So
Mm-hmm.
would be 6, so 12 damage. So that would be 12, 17, 20, 25. That's damage.
It had exactly 25 hit points left.
Sweet.
So tell me what it looks like as Shaka just shoots this thing off the ceiling.
Yeah, so I'd like to say that I'm trying to shoot them sort of simultaneously as like sort of a like I'm zeroing all 4 beams in on the same target, like from 4 different fingers,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they all go directly to the maw, to the mouth of this thing, and like I'd imagine that it not really glamorously just kind of falls down, like it's not really. It's just.
And the lamb just sort of like blows the back of its head out, and
Yeah.
it just slumps to the ground. And you notice when it hits the ground, the tents vanish. The black pit's tapestries vanish freely, and your Raksasha friend all vanish. Just
Langarak, what? Oh, illusion. That's what it was.
Are you okay?
Actually, I'm a little worse for wear. If anyone's got a little bit of the old healing touch, I wouldn't say no. But I think I've taught them a lesson. And thank you, Shaka, as well, for batting cleanup, as it were. They'll learn not to mess with us.
I will just say, for the people playing the home game, those are Bal Hanath. And the reason why your detect magic didn't go off is technically what they make is real. It's just if you inspect it or mess with it, like you'll realize it's not real. That's why like Freely and Alon didn't try and touch you, but it is there. That's why I very much like, because it specifically says it cannot simulate anything magical, and it's not a spell. It's just a thing it does. That's why I was like,
Curious.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's not technically an illusion. Like if you tried to touch them, they are there. They're just like, you're like, wait, this doesn't seem right. And then, you know, so
Well, I'm glad you're okay. Also, thanks to Desmond for the very timely zone of truth, because I don't know if we would have figured it out without you.
Glad to have helped. I don't know freely. I saw some confusion in everybody's faces, and the idea of saying like, no, don't go over there. Never trust that.
Well spotted, Desmond. And, well, I guess when we came here, we do have some more shelter from the storm, I suppose. Do we want to do that scrying thing we were thinking of doing back on the side of the mountain?
Well, there's one other problem. The storm hits. All of you give me con saves.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20.
Hey,
Nice.
Not your first.
I also got a
rodeo,
nat
then.
20.
Nice.
Hey.
Ah.
I'm switching out my dice. I got a 6.
Aeloth is just the scry, and Orkira's like, I need to death ward, I need to heal, I need to scry. Rolls an 8 on the con because she's very distracted.
Multitasking. I got a total of 26.
Everyone but Baloth, or everyone but rather Desmond and Orkira sort of hit the deck as you guys are comparing notes on Freely being weird. And
Yeah,
the two of-
not only the don't run after danger, but specifically Freely. If you see him again, you're not, because you're running after him because he's running into danger.
That makes sense.
The two of you, 1 second, sorry. Yeah, the two of you take 12 necrotic damage and 10 psychic damage, not counting any sort of mitigation that you might have. But Orkira, as this storm starts bombarding you, you in particular notice two things about it. This one is much smaller than the last one. This is only about 20 feet in diameter. In some force appears to be drawing off its power. So much so, you see some of the dark tendrils that rise into the air are torn away to nothing, honestly. So much so that you think either you could probably get away from this pretty easily, or you might even be able to make it move yourself if you wanted to. Your foes are defeated, but I mean, for instance, you could have thrown it against these creatures instead of against you all. But
When you say me, do you mean Orkira or do you mean
I do mean Orkira.
us? Do I have any idea what it would take to do that?
You do. You feel like it's almost like you could just will it, and then like it will listen to you, at least to a certain extent. Something is like actively battling this. Well, two things. You all had figured out previously that these storms are coming up to protect the Shadowfell. Like they're a natural defense system of the Shadowfell, but something is stopping this one. And you might be able to use that to your advantage.
This is small. Give me a second. I'm gonna think really hard. I'm gonna try to control it.
All of you give me Arcana checks.
Oh. This is why I was asking if I knew what it would take.
I'm surprisingly bad at this for a spellcaster.
19.
19.
Another dirty 20.
Another dirty 20.
It's a
Also
grand
19.
total of 8.
13.
13. Shaka and Farida. You all can both tell, as you're watching this here, that magic that is not native to this plane is interfering with this.
So someone else has come in here and is making the storms act differently.
Seems
We've
that
met
way.
somebody from not here. I'm immediately like, it's that lich dude.
Oh, yes, Vecna did hold it a day before.
Yeah.
Probably a small feat for one of his power, but
Does that mean
I think
he's
that's a
coming
good
back?
guess. I think he's definitely coming back. Absolutely. I don't
Well,
know when or where, but
I thought I could control this. I'm not sure if I can. It's also really small. Maybe we should just get out of its way.
Seems like a good
I'm all
idea.
for that. Let's get out of here. We only came here because we thought that Puff was here, and he was, well, not quite an illusion,
That it
but
was-
he was phantasmal. Let's say that.
Is it you all's intent to head back the way you came, back towards the path?
Yeah,
Is
this
that
isn't
in-
safe.
Is this in the path of the, like, can we get out of the way of the storm?
Especially between the fact that Orkira can kind of like, sort of like, push it and then run away type thing. Like, you all feel like you could fairly safely escape it. Yep.
Can we go back to the stones where the fake black pits was and be semi-safe over there for a little bit, or do we need to GTFO this entire area?
You could be near the megaliths and
Okay.
have it be all right. Although Desmond and Orkira, Desmond give me survival, Orkira give me perception. Yeah, give me perception.
Okay.
Ooh, nat 20.
Nice.
Hey, natural 20.
Nice.
Well, that's going to cover it. Because basically, what you all realize is essentially Baloth got snatched about 150 feet or so into this cave where these two things very much intended to eat him, having chosen the wrong dark elf to prey upon. So you are not very far from where you were as you make your way back. Desmond, as you all sort of make your way away from this storm, you absolutely smell something very familiar. Undead.
You guys smell it? Something undead's near here. I can't tell where, but I can smell it.
Are you sure you're not smelling this? I mean, it is the Wand of Orcus after all. Prince of
Different
Undead.
smell. Very different smell.
Ooh, fresher probably. A little more meat left to rot on the bone.
Maybe that. I'm not sure. I just know I smell it.
Can you tell how
It's
close?
nearby. Can I tell how close?
With the natural 20, it's rough because it is out here and storming and things in the Shadowfell don't make sense. But basically back towards the path in the direction you all are headed.
So it's back where we're going.
Of course, because every direction we're gonna go in, there's gonna be stuff. Because it's the Shadowfell. All right, undead. All right, I can hopefully help with that. But first, and I'm gonna try to death ward again.
This time it goes off, Orkira.
Desmond, Shaka, come here for a second. Come here. Hands light up on each of your shoulders. Flaming wings appear, and you are both death warded.
Whoa. Oh.
Okay, I feel much better now that that's out of the way.
Question, Orkira, how long will this protective ward you've placed on all of us work?
It's 8 hours, or the first time you get killed. Whichever comes first.
Sounds good
So,
to me.
I would prefer, not the second part. I'd prefer to get 8 hours and not have to worry about it. So if you don't use it, I'm still okay with that.
Question, can you spare any of that healing?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I've been trying to do a lot of things at once right now, and I should probably just focus.
As you all are standing there, out of the ground, black tentacles erupt up and start trying to grab all of you. Give me strength saves, please.
Oh,
Baloth goes, again with the tentacles. I told you they're very popular.
Oh,
16.
19.
16, 19.
15.
Actually, my bad.
Five.
That's 22.
Perfect.
Sorry.
3.
3, Orkira.
1,
15.
2, 3.
15. These tentacles erupt up out of the ground, and Baloth and Shaka are restrained. And all of you take 10 points of necrotic damage. Again, not counting any mitigation that you might have. And you all hear a voice say, "Yes, it seemed like we should neutralize those two first. That was quite an impressive display." But you don't see anything.
Does the necrotic damage come from the tentacles hitting us, or
Yes.
then I do back 25 cold damage when it hits the armor?
Perfect.
Do we hear the voice, can I tell where it's coming from by listening to it?
In the direction that Desmond said he smelled undeath. Mm-hmm.
Oh, your undeath got in the way, Desmond.
Sorry.
I will offer you a simple trade. Turn over the wand, Drow, and we will spare your lives.
No deal, Frogmouth.
I'm so glad I death warded before this happened.
You'll pry this baby from my cold, dead hand, and even then, I'll reanimate myself and keep holding onto it.
That
Desmond
can
casts
be
Cure Wounds.
arranged. And you see from around the megaliths what looks like two rotting corpses that were once wearing very fine robes. Not wholly dissimilar from what Vecna looked like, but far more rotted and less mummified. And you see what looks like 5 people? If what was once flesh was all jet black, and just their eyes and nose and mouth have an unnatural glow. And we'll stay in initiative from where we were before. And go to Orkira.
All right, would you like me to roll, or do you want to roll to see if I get my action?
You do.
Oh. Do I recognize these creatures, considering I'm very conversant in undead?
Give me religion or nature, whichever is higher.
Both of them are a -1, so we'll try nature just for the heck of it. I am conversant in the destruction of undead, so I got it.
It's true. They look very undeady.
How far?
They're clearly undead.
How far away are they?
They're about 60 feet.
Okay.
You see the black shadowy ones are heading your direction. The two like spellcastery ones are definitely standing back though.
Okay. Both her hands light up again, even though she's got friends that she's got to heal. In this moment, she's feeling a little supercharged and very much like, nope, these need to go away. Fireball, because I've got double spells, so I'm gonna cast Fireball twice.
That is true. What is the save DC on this?
It's a Dexterity DC 22. I will center it so that both of these hit all 5 of them because it is a giant area. So I guess they gotta make 2 saves each of them.
Yeah. None of them make it.
Awesome. The first fireball, they take 39 fire damage.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I'm just doing this at 3rd level. The second fireball, they take 33 damage.
Perfect.
Because I cast a spell that does fire damage, a little bit of that fire comes flying off of each of those fireballs, like a little tiny firefly. One of them is going to land on Baloth's shoulder. One of them's going to land on Shaka's shoulder. And each of you, because I'm going to use Warmth of the Flame, 3... Each of you are going to get 7 health back.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And I think that's all I can do at this moment. So I'm going to move so that I'm within 30 feet of all of my friends and get ready for the next round.
Is your intent to get out of the swirling tentacles?
Yes. I'll get, if it keeps me within 30 feet of everybody, I'll fly up 10 feet,
okay.
Go into Overwatch mode, but I want to be close enough to whoever's been restrained so I can help.
Perfect. The explosions go off and you see these things are battered and thrown around, but get back up again and keep coming. Like they clearly have been very damaged though. Clearly very damaged. Perfect. Anything? All right, that it for Kira? All right, Farida, it is your turn. Again.
Okay, go ahead.
2 basically mage-looking ones and 5 just mindless attackers-looking ones.
Okay, and the magey-looking ones are about 60 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
And if something, for example, had a 30-foot radius, would it catch all of them, or?
You could catch either the 2 casting ones or the 5 other ones.
Okay, I will cast Sickening Radiance on the 2 casty ones.
Okay.
So a sphere of greenish light spreads around them, and when they start their turn, they need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Let me read something real quick.
You're gonna tell me radiant spells don't do anything.
Give me Arcana.
Ugh, I rolled a 1.
Nope, this seems legit. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm like, radiant damage, undead, good idea, woo!
Boom. Yep. You all see this green light come up around all of them. Anything else from Frida?
That is it.
All right, Desmond, it is your turn.
To start off the turn, Desmond casts Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
And does so on the nearest of the tentacles.
You're attempting to attack the tentacles?
More just wanting to be able to not experience attacks of opportunity.
Oh, yeah. No, you can just leave the.
Oh, well, perfect then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This particular thing does not work that particular way. Normally, that's a thing, not with this though. Yeah.
Well, then perfect. Desmond moves to as far out as possible that is still close enough to the party to, be useful, but also close enough to be just within 60 feet of the spellcasting ones. Is
Got
that
it.
the thing that can be done?
Yeah.
Perfect. Because Desmond casts Banishment.
Ooh.
Hold on a second here. What level spell is Banishment?
5th.
You hold your hand up and you see the light start to emanate for Banishment, and one of them holds his hand up and just clenches his fist, and you see the light goes out.
As he holds his hand up to clench his fist, I do a similar movement and counterspell his counterspell.
Yes!
Hold on one second.
Are we gonna have a counterspell fight? Because I'm ready.
Wait.
I'm here for this.
Hold on, I have to double check one thing here. All right. I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
Does Frida also have counterspell if this?
She
this
does. Wait, I shouldn't have said that.
Shaka, do you have counterspell?
Specifically,
Unfortunately, I don't.
Specifically because of what's been done, Baloth cannot take reactions. So Baloth
Oh,
can't,
right,
but
I'm
Farida
restrained. Okay.
can.
Okay, I will.
It's not the restrained condition that made you do this, because restrained doesn't take away your reactions, but this particular spell does. It actually does.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna try and counterspell him.
Yes.
Okay. At level 3, you shouldn't need to roll. So okay. So that means the counterspell has been effectively counterspelled. And what is your save DC, Desmond?
What?
The save against your banishment. It should say next to it, like a parentheses. There'll be a number.
That is. Where is it? 15 charisma.
You see, goes off, tries to counterspell, can't, shimmers for a second, like he's going to go out, like the Shadowfell begins to swallow him up, and he just like pushes back out of it and goes, ah! He is not banished.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Anything else from Desmond?
And with that, Desmond casts Hunter's Mark.
You can't do the Hunter's Mark if you cast the ranked level spell. You can only do it as if you cast either a cantrip or attack instead. But since you did a ranked spell, you can't. Anything else?
Bonus action, because crap.
Mhm.
All right, if I can't, that'll do it.
All right, perfect. We are to the top of the next round here. Farida,
Yes.
give me a con save. Because you see,
12.
the two of them just look at each other and look at the green radiance around them and just say, your training is incomplete. And you see what looks like the life just starts to drain out of Farida. It's like all of the water and moisture is departing out of your body. Hold on 1 second here. I don't have enough D8s for this, which is the firstest world to first world problem. While I by no means resolved all of this, but Shaka is going to be on deck after this, because I got you in the right order now.
Yep.
Oh, I used my reaction. I can't hellish rebuke him. I'm so mad. I feel like we should have planned better, guys, so that I knew not to bring radiant damage to the Shadowfell.
I mean, for all we know, we did a lot of planning. We just don't know.
That's true. We have no idea what we did.
We could have had a whole elaborate.
But I'm disappointed it passed me.
For 37 points of necrotic damage.
My armor bounces half of it, at least.
Could have been much worse. Well, does hang on, let me. It's armor of Agathis, right?
Not that. The regular armor that I have underneath the spell has a necrotic resistance.
Perfect.
I did prepare in that way, at least.
Then yes, that is absolutely a thing. Baloth, give me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. 19. Do I get I don't even get a bonus, so hey, 19.
Baloth, you see they hold their hand up, and you, although you're caught in this tentacle still, like you very much like feel like a hand is wrapping around you, but you manage to will it away, essentially, from being able to restrain you further. All right. That is. Oof. Okay, and. Whoa, these things attack very, very ineffectively. They lurch towards and swing a lot. Not very good, but Baloth. You all see two of them run up to Baloth of the five. The rest of them charge the rest of you, swinging quite poorly. Baloth, give me acrobatics with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, that's such a waste of a natural 20. So it's not that. It's not that. But that's still good. 25, thank you.
Okay.
You all see one of these things grabs the wand of Orcus and is tugging at it, but cannot get it away from Baloth, even in his current state. The other one puts its hand on you, Baloth, and you all watch. Actually, give me a con save, Baloth.
26.
You feel it pulling the life out of you. It only does 9 points of necrotic damage to you, but you feel like it's trying to take this from you permanently. You manage to hold on to it, but so far, you were able to resist. However, it is now Shaka's turn. As the five shadowy creatures have engaged, the two wizard-looking ones are still standing further back. And they've all been harmed a lot by fireball.
Yeah. And how far apart are the wizards in the back from the five in the front?
They're now about what did I say? They were 60 feet away, I think I said.
Okay.
Yeah. They haven't moved. The rest of them charged. Those two are back there.
Okay. So then I would like to
Well, hang on a second. You're restrained. So let's.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Sorry.
First, let's do athletics or acrobatics to see if you can get out of it.
We got to get out first.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 28 acrobatics.
28.
Yes.
More. Oh, sorry. Hang on a second. Let me just double check.
I love that you just parkoured
Actually-
out of these tentacles.
I take that back. Nowhere does it say that is an ongoing effect. So while one, that roll was high enough, it doesn't say that it continues to hold you. So I think, well, let me just double check. Let me make sure that I'm telling you right. Hold on. Sorry.
So I parkour back into the tentacles.
Exactly, parkour.
Sweet.
But you're so good at it.
Yeah.
You're in and out and in and out. You're like
Yeah.
doing
Sure,
psychic damage. Look at me.
Yeah, no, you are free from the tentacles. In fact, it looks like the tentacles vanish at the top of the next round. Honestly, they.
Okay.
Yep.
So that counts as my action, though, right?
I mean, no, you don't have to you don't have to escape the tentacles. The tentacles are gone. I thought you did.
Oh.
You don't.
Oh,
I had to. Yeah, Baloth is loose too. So you're free to act as you will.
Okay, sweet. All right. And sorry, I know I asked how far the mages are from the 5 in the front. How far are the 5 in the front from us?
They're actively engaged. I mean, they're next to you. They
okay,
were
okay.
attacking. I just
Yeah,
rolled
yeah.
terribly, literally
Okay.
10 times. I rolled
Okay.
single digits 9 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they were in like melee range or not, but okay.
Mhm.
All right,
Yes, they
so
are.
I want to cast Wall of Light between the mages and the 5. So I effectively want to block line of sight from the mages to everyone else. So I guess 30
Okay.
feet away from where we are.
Is it right in between?
Yeah, right in between.
Perfect.
That's what I would like
you
to
absolutely
do.
do so.
And
Or is it your intent to put it close enough to them to harm them, or because theoretically you could?
Well,
or to just
it's
obscure them?
radiant, so I'm more concerned with just preventing them from either. I basically, well, actually, you make a good point. I'm gonna put it right on them. Then. Yeah, I'm gonna put it right on the mages.
And
So
what's
that will be
your-
a con save of 16.
Okay, hold on a second here. One of them makes it, one of them does not.
Okay, so the one that fails to save is blinded for 1 minute, 4d8 radiant damage.
Mhm. Go
The
ahead and
one
roll it.
that, yeah. So let me just roll that first. 4d8s. So that's 13.
Okay.
And the other one takes 2d8 and is not blinded.
Okay.
So the other one takes 9 points of damage and is not blinded.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, you hear this like hideous cackling from the other side as the light is burning them. How dare you? Anything else from Shaka?
I do want to use my movement to move if there's space backwards, like away from the outside of melee range from the 5. I'd like to do that.
Okay, perfect. All right, excellent. That brings us to Baloth.
Okay, so if I were to cast Chain Lightning at 7th level, I can hit 5 targets. So we've got 5 in there's 2 that are on me, and then we've got the 2 wizardy guys at the back. So I'm gonna hit the 2 that are on me, the 2 wizards at the back, and I guess one of the other, probably the one that's closest to me, of the other ones that are in melee.
What's the range on the call lightning?
Oh, it's not Call Lightning, it's Chain Lightning.
Oh, chain lightning. Yeah, sure.
So it basically like hits them and then zaps from dude to dude. So
Yeah,
let's
but
see.
I mean, but over how long a distance? That's what I mean.
Let me just check that. So, 150 feet.
More than enough. Yep.
And then, basically, are they within 30 feet of each other?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Yeah, that I can. So those are the guys I'll hit. The 2 that are on me,
Mhm.
the 2 spellcasters at the back. And as I'm, actually, before I cast this, I say Marmadark, eat him up. And Marmadark is going to make an attack
on the one that's trying to grab the wand of Orcus.
Perfect.
Get him, puppy.
That's the save? That's the save from them, right?
No, actually, Marmadark attacks them. So
No,
he
I
gets
mean
a-
I meant the chain lightning.
Chain Lightning is definitely a save. I believe it's Dex 22.
Okay.
And the guy, actually, both of the ones that are on me.
Counterspell on the chain lightning.
Does anyone have a counterspell available to counter? Because we're in a new round, right?
I mean, theoretically, your counterspell's back. It's your turn. It's you tried it last time.
Oh, that's
so
right.
Theoretically, you can.
Yeah, I'm going to counterspell that counterspell. Sure, I am.
All right. The other one is going to counterspell your counterspell.
Well, the other one, does the blind affect that? The blind?
Oh, he can't see me cast it.
Yeah.
Blind?
That's true. That is true. Nope. Then the counterspell just gets counterspelled.
Nice.
Shoot
Yes.
out. Boom. Yep. Mhm.
Boom.
Yep.
Okay.
Got him.
So meanwhile, let me.
Wait.
So,
Hang on. Hold on.
Oh,
How
and
wide-
I should
hold-
mention.
hold-
I should
hold on.
mention.
How wide is the wall of light, though? Let's see if this chain lightning can get through the wall of light.
It is. Hold on, let me.
It is 60 feet long, 10 foot high, and 5
yes,
feet thick.
5 feet thick. Yeah.
And it blocks line of sight.
Yes.
I don't need line of sight for the stuff that's jumping, though. Like I only needed line of sight for my initial target, who's the guy who's holding the wand.
You know what? This is a charity game. I'm going to allow it.
Yay, charity!
Yay!
I'm gonna allow it.
What happens when I cast Sickening Radiance?
They're immune to exhaustion. They-
There's
yeah,
other effects to that, though.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
not gonna argue. It's
yeah.
fine.
Right.
before I roll all of these dice, I should tell you that both of the guys that are in melee with me, both the guy on the wand and the guy just attacking me, will have disadvantage on their save from Chain Lightning because Marmadark is close to them. Marmadark's attack on the guy on the wand is a total of 19.
Hold on 1 second here. What's your save DC, Frida?
21.
I misread Thickening Radiance. They are immune to exhaustion. That is true, but they are not immune to the other effects. Sorry, what was your DC? Frida?
Frida's
21.
21? They both actually fail, so you can still roll. You can roll your radiant damage on them, Frida. Sorry.
This
and
is
yes,
the moment I will remind everybody at home that hey, this is high level play, and we're all
Real.
trying our best. We're all just trying to have
Just a
fun here.
big
It
stack of
happens.
D6s here.
I
roll
told you
damage.
I got 5.5 editions of this game floating around in my head of what's immune to what doesn't work on what, and yeah, man.
5 people's worth of spells.
Exactly.
It does 16 damage. I rolled
Mo-
kind of crummy.
The most important part is I'm man enough to admit that I made a mistake in real time. So, right. All right. So, and what was that for Marmadark, and then what was it for the chain light? Actually, give me the chain lightning first because the chain lightning may make Marmadark academic, depending how you roll.
Okay. But in any case, Marmadark is right next to them, so I'm going to roll all of these D8s because I am upcasting this as well. I have to because I used my 6th level slot on Disintegrate. So, okay, so the full damage for that is going to be 51. 51 if they fail to save. The two guys on me are at disadvantage on the save, and it is Dex 22
Yeah.
is the difficulty.
Yes.
And yeah, the other three, I don't know if I don't think they're close enough to Marmadark to be affected by the disadvantage.
All right. Hold on. I need y'all to know that I have rolled like the hottest of garbage through this whole thing here.
We're
like,
okay
I
with that.
mean,
It's okay.
like literally the highest roll of the entire day, and it was a 12. Except for that like one random crit that I mentioned earlier.
You know what I say to that, Dave?
Yeah, it's charity. It's for the kids, you know. Baloth, your bolt of lightning goes off, leaping between these things, just shattering and popping the 5 here, and jump over to these 2 wizards who just hold up their staffs like they're going to take it, And then you notice the green ambiance of Farida's spell starts to sizzle and eat into them. and they turn and look at each other like they didn't expect this. And you hear one of them say out loud, Lord Vecna will not be pleased. He'll resurrect us both from footstools.
Before they wink out of existence, I'm like, why didn't you say you were with Vecna? It's like, we're friends. We're friends. This has all been a misunderstanding.
In here, having vanquished not just the predators that were laying in wait for ambush, but from Vecna's Deathlock masterminds, as voted on by the people of Idle Champions, seems like a great place for us to take a little break. So we will be right back. Don't go nowheres. Got him. Hello and welcome back to Idle Champions Presents Court of the Raven Queen, Episode 2. Some rough stuff, and the rough stuff's not over yet. However, at least in the short term, you have defeated what apparently was a retinue of Vecna's captains that seemed very intent on capturing the Wand of Orcus. And it seems that the megaliths are currently silent. No creatures plotting to eat you from a nearby cave, no Shadowfell storms threatening to render you into your component parts, no undead here to end your mortal existence. What would you all like to do?
Baloth pulls the sort of burnt husk of the thing's hand off the Wand of Orcus. Like, those idiots. Clearly they didn't know that Vecna and I are close personal friends. I'm sure they will be chastised severely once they've been resurrected.
I'm just waiting for something to attack us again.
Is there anything left to investigate? Like, is there anything, any remnants or anything left over?
Yeah. I mean, their bodies remain from the chain lightning and radiant damage.
Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure if they all like to. Okay. Yeah. I want to check one of the bodies. I'm assuming they're wearing, something in pockets or something, or they can have anything in it. So
Time to loot the corpses.
I guess you'd say loot the body, but it's not. It's called investigation.
I mean, this is the best part. This is the best part.
Yeah, so I would like to roll for that if I can, or just get it, depending on you.
Well, here's the thing. By definition, they don't really carry much because they don't eat, they don't drink, they don't sleep, so they don't really have much by way of coin or things on them. The two caster ones do have, hold on one second here. They do have symbols on their person that look like an eye, a hand with an eye in the middle of it that is looking like it's holding the eye. Basically, it looks like this. They both have symbols like that.
Okay.
Once there doesn't seem to be anything attacking us immediately, Orkira's gonna land in a spot where she's 60 feet from all of her friends, and she's gonna pull out her holy symbol and think real hard about casting a mass cure wounds.
Important point of clarification. What, if anything, are you all doing to dispose of these bodies?
Oh, I think we should probably smash them up into little pieces, separate the heads from the bodies, burn them in separate piles, that kind of thing.
The sickening radiance is still going. We could just chuck them in there.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the best idea. Yeah.
It does. It just eats away at them, especially like it just breaks them down. It's like a very, very divine compost pile that just breaks these things down to their component parts until they
nice
are
and
no
eco-friendly. I like that. Eco-friendly disposal.
Undead bug zapper.
Your spell does go off, Orkira.
Oh, thank the Phoenix. All right, I'm gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds, which means I get to do it twice. Yay! Everybody, for the first one, it's gonna get 26 health back, and then we might as well overkill this. And another 26 health back. So you get 26 times 2 as she holds on to the book and goes, because we're going to get attacked again. Let me just do this now. All right. Feel better?
Back in the pink of health, or, well, the sort of purple of health and then the exposed bone of health.
But it's very healthy bone now.
Mm-hmm.
You do see some nicks and scratches in that skull start to close up there.
I mean, should we go try to find a place to hunker down for a little bit, or should we just keep trying to GTFO?
Well, you did want to scry.
I did.
We could take the time to do that now, or press ahead. We know what our destination is. Oh,
yeah, I feel like everyone knows we're here. They're sending enemies after us. I feel like we should just keep on going. I don't know. That would be my thought. Would be just to keep going. I don't know if the scrying, like, it seems like there's one way to go. I don't know if the scrying would necessarily point us in a different direction.
It
I
might
would feel
not.
better if we were sure.
Well, you're right that it might not point us in a different direction, but it might give us an idea of what to expect when we get there.
Yeah. I guess I'm just a little nervous because I feel like things are just coming after us. But if y'all feel safe, and maybe I just need to calm my nerves, and maybe I'm just worrying about nothing. So.
Well, I mean, everything that's come after us messed with the bull and got the horns. So, if some other people want to step up to the plate, I'm willing to serve them. To mix my metaphors terribly.
True.
Desmond,
I guess
how
you're
about
the
you?
horns.
What you think? Oh, sorry.
I didn't want to interrupt you. Somebody else was saying something.
I was asking you what you thought. If we should stay and try to scry or keep going.
The scry gives us advantage of at least understanding what we're looking for, yes?
I get 10 minutes of looking and listening.
But that 10 minutes of looking and listening may be best suited to at least understand what we're up against.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it.
Come here.
Come on over.
I will take her hand. I will pull back out the spectrometer. Weird question, because it's double spell day for Orkira. When I cast it, it's going to take 10 minutes to cast. First off, do I cast it? And second off, because I cast it twice in a row, like, am I scrying on Havilar twice? Can I pick a different person to scry on? Do I give her disadvantage?
You can pick a different target. My eyes widen like that because I rolled a natural 20. So I don't even know conceptually what that even means in this framework. I just do know single digit. It's got nothing to do with anything 20. Yeah, okay, great.
Okay. But that means the scry goes off.
That does mean the scry goes off, and hey, that means Havilar doesn't get a natural 20 in her save against it. So there you go.
Yeah, I'll take it. Okay. So yeah, my first scry will be on Havilar because I'm familiar with the target. She's got a -5 to her save. And then whatever holding on to her sister gets me, usually what it's a body part, lock of hair, bit of nail, or the like. I've got a sister.
You've got
They're identical twins.
A simulacrum there, right? What's your save DC?
It is 22, a wisdom save 22, and I'm looking into the spectrometer.
As you look into this, hang on one second here. Orkira, to be clear, is this you scrying, or is this device make this visible to everybody?
I think it's me. I just use the device as a focus.
Right. I mean, if it's just the scry spell, it is just you. I just don't know if you have a thing that is like, here's the hollow projector, right?
No, that's just my focus because I need a focus for it. Orkira is used to doing this, and if it works, she will immediately start to narrate in the style of B. Dave Walters exactly what she is seeing and hearing. It's an uncanny impression. It is though the man...
Picture it.
Yes.
Sicily. Right? Yeah.
It is though the handsome, wonderful man is standing there himself, giving the narration in his amazing voice. I'm not buttering up the DM at all.
Right, exactly. Like you're like, please let this work. Please let this work. I'm becoming increasingly compelled that this will work.
And we should just to mention, Baloth and Marmadark will take up like defensive positions around Orkira, just to make sure nothing jumps on us.
But yeah, I'll start to narrate what I see in here.
Enough has been happening here that I will say that you all are on alert, except for Farida and Orkira, who are looking at this. Orkira, you are sure it worked. You are sure it worked. But all you see is jet black. And you hear screaming. And you hear... and just... the sounds of battle and chaos, and you don't see anything.
Did you find her?
I don't know. I can't see anything. I'm hearing screaming and battle noises. Do I recognize, besides screaming, am I hearing words being screamed? I have 10 minutes of listening to this fun.
After a few moments of just what just sounds like a chaotic pitched battle of some sort, you become aware of a presence, Orkira. You feel it before you see it. And out of the darkness, what just manifests is just a porcelain white mask. Just a mask that has black tears painted under the eyes, and it's looking right at you.
I don't do anything because as far as I know, there's just an invisible scrying sensor somewhere. And so someone might be seeing the scrying sensor and looking at it, but I think the lady saw my scrying sensor. She's looking right at it.
The lady. Oh, the lady.
The Raven.
The Raven. Yeah.
Orkira Ildrex.
Oh, she knows it's me. Oh, that's bad.
Drop it.
I mean,
do you attempt to cut it off, or do you keep it open?
I haven't gotten any actionable intelligence yet, and she feels bad. She's going to keep it open.
The sounds of chaos and battle do not stop. What are you looking for, Orkira Ildrex?
Do I think she could hear me if I talked?
She's talking to you.
Trying.
Theoretically, no, that isn't how this should work, but also she shouldn't be looking right at you and saying, hey, Orkira Ildrex.
Yeah, but this is a god, so. Hi. I'm looking for my friend, Avalar. We're trying to find her.
A bargain was struck. None shall interfere.
Well, I'm not trying to interfere with the bargain. We're just trying to find her and find out if she's okay.
Tell the other one, turn back, or I will complete the set. And it goes blank.
Oh.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
I think the Raven Queen found my scry.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, they're kind of a god of this place. I couldn't see your sister, but but the Raven Queen showed up. She said not to interfere, that she struck a bargain. And then she said to turn back or else she'll complete the set.
Did she...
Oh, yes. No, I think I know what she means.
And I'll squeeze your hand because I'm still holding it from the scry.
We're not doing that, though.
Well, no, because I said that I would help you, and I didn't even get to helping Shaka. I mean, she just stopped that before I could get there. But yeah. But I figured it was fair to warn you what she said.
Did she say what kind of a bargain?
Just a bargain was struck.
Did
Here it
Havilar ever mention any kind of agreement with a extremely powerful ruler of the plane?
No, I mean, she found that axe and got all. You can make a pact, I can make a pact, so she had that, but that's not the same. It's an Untheran artifact. She got it from the Viamniri. It's not the Raven Queen's. I don't think.
How much
Did she do something?
Yeah.
In
She must have at some point. I mean, I've certainly had interactions with the Raven Queen. She gave me this, the Wand of Orcus.
You've mentioned a couple times.
Well, I mean, the Raven Queen does seem a little duplicitous, though. Like, is it possible that Raven Queen is not telling the truth? Maybe there's not.
Shaka, at the split second you say the Raven Queen seems duplicitous, do we know if she's telling the truth? Everything drops away and there's nothing but darkness. And in front of you see her.
Oh.
Do you feel deceived, Shaka? I gave you exactly what I said I would, and I only took what I was rightfully owed.
Did you make the same deal with Havilar?
The same. No.
Okay.
And she comes and she walks right up to you. And she
Oh.
just looks you up and down. And she says, "You may as yet be of use still, I think."
Oh, I'm trembling at this, really, because, after having the previous interaction with Raven Queen, I'm kind of trembling, and I'm just like, just tell us what you want. What do you want?
Give me an insight roll.
Okay.
Shaka. It's difficult. She is a god and literally
Yeah.
wearing a porcelain mask.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, is this at like
It's
quadruple
difficult to read the
disadvantage?
micro expressions, when she
Talks
literally
with her
has a
hands.
mask on. Yeah,
Let's
she's like,
see. 12.
you see, she steps back and she does cross her arms. It seems like she's thinking for a second. When you've seen her before, her affect was very blank or very just detached. When the other gods were talking, she was just looking at the floor. Even when Orcus attempted to antagonize her, she didn't respond at all. So to even see her sort of like almost, not quite this dramatic, but she definitely does seem to ponder for a moment. And she says, "I think if you all survive to enter my presence, you may be of some use. But Shaka..." And you don't see her move, but you just feel her hand on the side of your face. "You should run quickly." In Shaka, you're back, and all of you feel the earth begin to shake. And you see up on a nearby mountain, the ice and snow begins to dislodge and start pouring down towards you.
Oh, crap.
Again, as voted for by the good players of Idle Champions presents, you all have encountered an avalanche. More accurately, since while we're keeping track here, that's Alan Garak's appearance, Puff's appearance, the deathlocks, the avalanches, the double spells, the unlucky, all voted on by you, the good people, good players, Vital Champions, and the Vital Champions community. And the next vote opens up at 7 as soon as this is over to see what's going to happen to them next week. Even I don't know, but what I do know right now, all of you roll initiative. We'll get a fresh initiative going here.
Right.
So 1 bad roll's not going to bind you for the rest of the day.
No, but 2 bad rolls will keep that going.
I'm gonna go with the digital die for this one just to see.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta.
Well, how bad is it, Orkira?
It's a 5.
Wow. Well, you're busy trying to pack up your thing, I have not forgotten that I owe you a second scribe. Farida?
16.
16, little fleeter of foot this time. Desmond?
21.
21, definitely vigilant. Baloth?
14.
14, and Shaka.
Got a nat 20 for a total of 24.
Woo!
Hey.
Nice.
Get 'em.
Hey. No, again, you know this song by now, Shaka. Presumably your intent is to flee from the oncoming avalanche, correct?
That is correct.
Unfortunately, everybody but Orkira makes it out of the first wave of this. Orkira, you get caught in the first wave as the rocks and snow come down almost impossibly fast down the side of this mountain here.
Oh, not again, no! And she's just is buried.
You are. You all see the ice and snow overtake Orkira. Give me a strength save.
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lift it off.
That's an 8.
Oh no.
Orkira, you take... That's not terrible. 7 points of bludgeoning damage and are restrained by the snow as it continues to push down the mountain. Yes.
When would I get an action? I know I'm at the bottom of the initiative, but I wasn't sure
Yeah.
if that was just... Okay.
The avalanche is technically going to go twice before,
no.
before you go once. Hold on a second here. Orkira, give me another strength save.
Okay.
Actually, all of you give me a strength save as it is swept over Orkira and is like rushing towards the rest of you all. As you're running, it's just it moves 300 feet to your 30 feet. So you guys are pushing it as fast as you can, but strength saves for all.
I got a 12 this time.
All right.
I would say a 10,
Mhm.
but it was a nat 1.
Desmond, you turn back just in time for Take Me Jesus.
Oh, no.
It's you. What was that, Farida?
14.
14. Shaka.
9.
Baloth.
16 total.
Baloth, you barely managed to keep your feet as all of your friends are swept under this snow and ice, giving you 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are all blinded and restrained except for Baloth.
Do 25 cold damage on the avalanche.
That's true. It heals.
That's also the end of my armor.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm basically like just at the edge of this avalanche.
just at the edge of it, kind of like up to your shoulders. In it.
Okay.
Yep.
Am
hold on. Let me
able
just
to-
check one
oh,
thing here. Sorry.
Oh, I guess should I be saving for Marmadark too then?
Oh,
Okay.
puppy.
Even with his bonus, I think that's below 10. He's in the
Yep.
he's in the snow.
And basically, it's up to your neck, Baloth, as it just comes crashing down. But you can see none of your friends.
Okay, and it's still going, right? So it'll probably
Mhm.
bury me the next round.
It's gonna try one more time. If you had to estimate, it's gonna hit you one more time, as it's like as you're watching it rolling towards you.
Okay. Can I take an action?
Yep.
I
Well,
am going
hang-
to.
hang on 1 second here. Orkira,
Yeah, hi.
technically you do have an action before the end of the turn, but you are both blinded and restrained. So anything you can do while blinded and restrained, you can do.
Okay. Do I have an action?
Is it to cast a spell?
Actually, it might not be. Is it only for spells, or do I just?
Hang on, wait. Let me again. I'm doing this by the book. To lose their action, and unfortunately, you don't, Orkira. You had a pretty good streak going there. Had a pretty good streak.
Yeah, I think in this moment, Orkira is panicking because she's buried in snow, and this is kind of her nightmare. So she tries to breathe fire to escape, and she can't even open her muzzle.
It's like you can't get it out. Yep,
Yeah.
can't get it out. However, that does bring us back around to the top, where Shaka, you are technically first. Again, you are blinded and restrained. But anything that you can do while blinded and restrained, you can do.
What can I do? I can't cast any spells.
So
I can just blindly try to burst out, I guess.
To be restrained, your speed is 0. You attack with disadvantage. Attacks against you have advantage, and you have disadvantage on dex saves. To try and extricate yourself.
Yeah, because I would like to. If I could cast a spell, that would be great, but I don't think I can.
Again, as long as you don't need to see, you can.
Okay, so I don't. Well, actually, let me see if I need to see for this one. I don't think I do. Let's see. Oh no, I do have to see. Damn it! I was going to try to levitate the snow off of us, but it says that I do have to see it.
Tons of ice and snow. Yeah, right.
I mean, it says 500 pounds, up to 500 pounds. You know, but I can't see. So yeah, I guess I'm just going to try to. I just try to beat that save again to try to.
Yeah, give me athletics. Athletics this time. It was a strength save before. It's athletics to try and get out.
Okay. All right. 25.
You are able to dig yourself. Wait, hang on 1 second here. Sorry. You are able to basically burst your head out of the top. It is going to take your action, but you will no longer be blinded restrained.
Just pop out like a whack-a-mole.
Yep. Anything else from Shaka?
I don't think I can't move. I can't really do anything else, right? So yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
Good.
Desmond, same thing. Blinded and restrained under the snow.
I just found the thing that I was looking for, but doesn't do me any good. But I'm rolling to, like, can I use athletics to try to?
Yeah, same thing. Athletics to try and get out. Yep.
And I'm proficient, so hopefully that helps. 15.
You also are able to poke your head out, popping up next to Shaka.
Neck deep, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Perfect. All right. Farida.
So what's surrounding us is a mix of snow and rock, right? So like melting
ice,
it is only gonna.
Ice, snow, and rock. Yep.
I guess I am also going to try to get out. Is that a saving throw or is that an athletics check?
Athletics check. Athletics check.
Okay. Okay. So I have this thing I keep forgetting to use called Dark One's Own Luck, which lets me add a D10 because I rolled a 10 because I did not do all the athletic stuff my dad said. Nope. So it's a 14 now.
That is not enough, Farida. You almost feel your fingers like near the surface, but you don't quite come out. Keep track of how many times you don't succeed because that is relevant.
All right.
And Baloth, you see 2 of your friends' heads have come up, 2 of your friends have not.
Okay. So now
and more snow is definitely coming, Baloth. I mean, it's not over.
Yeah, I'm neither blinded nor restrained. Question:
Correct.
Did I take that damage from earlier? The 7 points of whatever it was.
Let me double check. Half, so 3.
Okay. Let me just return that. Okay. So, first of all, Marmadark is going to try to escape. What's he need to roll? Strength?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
It's only a save when the snow hits you, and then it's acrobatics to get out of it.
I don't know if he has a acrobatics stat. How would he get?
Just,
So you
just
just
roll
roll
of the
D20?
dice then, yeah,
That is an 11.
That is not going to be enough.
Would he add strength or anything to that, or dex?
I guess theoretically he's not proficient, so no. Would just be
No,
straight, I
okay.
suppose. Yep.
Okay. So he's still stuck. Baloth, however, question be, Dave. Considering we are in the Shadowfell, would you say this is an area of dim light?
I would definitely say this is an area of dim light, yes.
Very well. Baloth, as a bonus action, can use his Shadow Walk ability.
Okay.
So he can basically go anywhere within 120 feet that he can see. So, in his estimation, in this split second, is there like a ledge that's up above where
I'd
this
say you can
avalanche
get up
is
on
going?
one of the megaliths, yeah, because there's these megaliths coming out of the ground here that you're all still kind of around.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it looks like they're fairly sturdy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I'll go there, and that's sort of like you can like look up, and so he'll be essentially behind the avalanche. He'll, so that's where
Up and over it, yeah, more or less.
Yeah, that's where he goes for his bonus action.
Perfect.
I'm just seeing if there's anything that's even remotely useful I can do as my action. I mean, I can dish out a lot of damage.
Roll to
Can you
disbelieve
banish the avalanche?
Yeah, can
Hurt
you charm
them.
the avalanche?
Here's a question. Who can I see at this point?
Shaka and Desmond.
Okay.
Or Kira and Farida have not come out of the snow.
All right. Well, I'm suspecting that Desmond is, of the two, the less squishy. So on Shaka, I cast Levitate and levitate him up out of the avalanche.
Nice.
Shaka, you do feel yourself lifted up out of the ice.
Ooh.
So yeah, you're up about 20 feet. You're just hovering there, suspended, and you're about 20 feet above the flow of the avalanche.
Perfect.
I got you, Shaka. Don't worry.
Mhm.
Okay, just get the others.
I can kind of do this to one person at a time.
Unfortunately, Orkira, Farida, and Desmond give me another strength save, and Orkira, yours is at disadvantage because you're already double buried.
Oh, this is where things are gonna get fun. Okay.
Double berry. Delicious.
That's a 6.
Oh,
7.
Desmond,
17.
this time you managed to keep your feet. Orkira and Farida, you take 10 more points as ice and snow are piling up on you. Desmond, you'll get 5. Orkira, it is your turn. You, again, anything you can do blinded or restrained, or you can try and get out, but you will be rolling with disadvantage because now you are quadruple buried under the snow. At least I'm only giving normal disadvantage, though.
Yeah. Do I have an action?
You do!
Hey!
Yay!
As more ice and snow appears in a frantic voice, you hear, "I hate the snow!" And she is going to breathe directly up with her fire breath.
Hey.
Would you like the avalanche to make a dexterity saving throw DC 17, please?
I'm gonna say it'll hit. However, that will reduce you to just a pure roll. It'll take away the disadvantage as you've cleared at least some of the snow because you were quadruple buried.
Oh, okay.
So now you can give me straight athletics to see if you can get out.
All right. Okay. That's a 10.
Oh,
There's
man.
a hole over you now, Orkira, but you're still like on your chest and body and everything. I will leave both Shaka and Baloth. Give me perception checks.
Total of
17.
21.
21 and 17. I will say both of you see a red glow from somewhere in the snow. But,
no.
I
I think I've gone on polar adventures before. I think I know what this is.
but neither Farida or Kira appear again. The avalanche appears to have ended. Hold on 1 second here.
Yeah, you see a red glow, and then just after that, you hear the frantic voice of Rico going, I hate snow, I hate snow, I hate snow, I hate snow, hate it, hate it, hate it, so bad, so bad, so bad, so bad, it's cold, 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 cold.
So here's what's rough, because it very much talks about how to get yourself out. It doesn't talk about how to get somebody else out. Kira and Farida, both of you give me 2 more athletics checks.
Are these straight, disadvantage,
Still, this will be straight because you burned some of the snow away.
Okay. Oh no, wait, that was. Okay.
I got a 12 and a 0 because I rolled a 1.
Oh god.
Oh, you said athletics?
Athletics, yep.
Okay, that was actually a dirty 20.
I
I rolled a 19, and then that's a 1 for a 2.
Roll one more time for me, or Kira.
I'll just keep going. That's an 11. One of these is gonna work.
Or Kira and Farida can't get out. If you fail 3 times, you're stuck in the ice and cannot get out. Desmond, Desmond, Shaka, and Baloth, what would you all like to do? Because it becomes quickly apparent your friends do not come up out of the ice.
I would like to try, as I'm being levitated, can I myself cast levitation on the snow above them, if it counts as a loose object?
It is not a loose object. It is anything but a loose object now. It's basically like an icy,
it's like
stony,
solid
rocky shell.
Okay, so I can't do that then. Anyone else have any ideas aside from just jumping in there?
I've got
Can
something.
we do anything? Out of curiosity?
Yeah, anything. If you're anything you can do while blinded and restrained, you can do. Yeah.
If I cast taumaturgy and make the ground shake over me, can you guys see that? I'm wondering.
It is a very mild tremor, but if you want to try it, I'll.
Well, I could also use my voice booming 3 times, or make an instantaneous sound. I don't know how deep the snow is, but I assume if I make the sound 10 feet above me, maybe that one of them will hear.
Oh, I like that.
I'm gonna go with something very loud, like a trumpet.
Okay. Under the ice. What is
10 feet up?
What is Desmond doing during this?
Desmond's just kind of like trying to figure out if all of this avalanche is being caused by something targeting us or not.
It seems like it just rolled off the mountain. Does Shaka say anything about what he experienced? I guess this is all happening very quickly.
Yeah,
so
he is not. I don't think he's had a chance because the avalanche. The avalanche was pretty immediate. I think right now he's most concerned with freeing his friends before he shares any of that information.
Okay.
So honestly, if he sees that hole above Okira, I think he's gonna like look for something to lower down in there.
Well,
like
she doesn't quite crack the surface with her. She basically just like opened up like a pocket around herself.
I thought you meant it was a hole that went straight up. Okay, so
although you did see the flash of light in the snow, so you have an idea that she's at least roughly that way.
I mean, I'm just gonna try to. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to like wherever that red spot is. I'm gonna try to like if it's solid, I guess I'm gonna try to blast it away. Like not straight down, but like try to blast the top off of it so that it can,
that red glow was Okira.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, because I was so convinced there was Remoraz in this ice floe.
Oh no!
No!
I was just what kind of a monster would it be?
I mean, yes, I am that, but literally, she breathed fire under the snow.
Okay.
I've been called a lot of things, but a Remoraz is not one of them. That's new.
All right, you can try and blast it. What's Baloth doing?
He's like, any ideas, gentlemen? I do have something of an all-purpose fix, but it's something that should really be held in reserve.
Does that mean it can potentially harm folks?
Well, let me put it this way. I've got a djinn friend. Let's not say friend. Let's say acquaintance, associate. And he might be able to help in this situation, but he's probably one of the bigger guns I've got.
Does
Well-
Orkira,
So sorry, go ahead.
with my 34 passive perception, even in my panic state, do I hear that? The only reason I ask is because if I think that Baloth is about to ask somebody to cast Wish, I will fireball myself to get myself out of this. I'm close to that anyway. Orkira is in a hardcore panic, and if she thinks a wish is coming her way, there's not enough fire in the world that she will call down to prevent that from happening.
Everybody knows how much I hate the passive perception rules in this game, but anything over 30 is godlike success. So I will say, if nothing else, the word wish echoing on the waves.
Baloth says that. It's like, I mean, I can get him to grant a wish. And
I will fireball centered on myself right now. I will fail the dexterity saving throw because I am restrained. I will actually, do I have an action?
You know what? This is the charity game. I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. My fireball goes off
charity.
twice then.
Yeah.
So first one is 23 and
Farida,
Yeah.
give me dex with a dex save with advantage, because you're just on the edge of this.
23 and 18. I rolled actually kind of poorly. on
Technically,
my
you're
fireballs.
restrained and you should fail this. Actually, here's how this is going to work. Because you're restrained, you're going to fail, but you're only going to take half damage because you're kind of at the periphery of this. So
I'm a
roll...
tiefling, so I'm going to take half anyway. But...
Right. Well, you'll take half a half, so you'll take a quarter.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
But do roll it.
Yeah, so the first one is 23 fire
Mhm.
damage, and then the second one is 18. So it's a total of 41.
Is you all, so what's that? Basically 10 you actually take, Farida?
Yep.
But as you all are standing there trying to figure out what to do, there's flames and ice and chunks and things erupt in all directions, and even Farida comes hurtling out of the ice and snow, just sort of like lands in a heap.
Ah!
Thank you.
We tried to get to you sooner. We tried.
I appreciate it.
As I'm still floating in the air.
Yeah, I'm still concentrating, so he's still floating.
We
everyone okay?
tried. Kinda.
Yeah.
He's not going to stop us.
Orkira is immune to fire damage, by the way, so she didn't take any of it. So she lands, but just looks. All right, sorry, no, that was awful. Everyone okay? Everyone okay? I didn't get anybody else, right? Right.
Shaka, I'm just gonna put you down gently, and then I'm gonna levitate myself down off this big tall monolith that I'm on.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're all good. Desmond, are you good? We're all good.
Yeah, as good as can be.
Oh,
Baloth.
God.
Before you come down from that high monolith, from beyond the nearest hill, a booming war horn sounds out, faint on the chill wind, and inhuman shrieking rises, with shouting voices fainter still. Essentially, there is a path that kind of came near these megaliths that you all sort of detoured. You feel like the path goes up and around the corner, and it's that direction. Like like there is a hill. This over the hill is where you're hearing it from because you're higher up now. But you feel like that's the way the path is going.
Folks, we've got some war horns and inhuman shrieks coming from just around the bend up here.
It is, I will tell you, Baloth, it is in the direction of the Fortress of Memories, but you can actually see the Fortress of Memories from here. Like there's not a fight happening there. Like it's not being besieged.
I suspect there's something in between us and our destination.
Is there anywhere we could go where we could maybe see what's down there, go around it, or?
If you scale, so again, the path kind of goes to this ravine, right? If you go up the other hill, you should be able to see what's coming without having to walk right up to it. Yep.
That's my vote.
Actually, since I've got, I'm casting levitate on myself anyway, I can just sort of just ascend straight up until I've got a more bird's eye view on this.
Are you going to bring Shaka with you? Because technically you can.
Oh, can I?
I mean, because you got two targets when you levitate, right?
I think I've just got one. I've just got the one target. I had to drop it on him.
Yeah.
Oh, you dropped
he
it
had
on
put me
him. You
down
can do it on
already.
yourself. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, Baloth, as you rise high into the air, crumbling cliffs rise 30 feet or more to either side of the widening trail, in the first sight of flatter terrain opening up between you and the Fortress of Memories. But as your course brings you around, or what you can see more accurately, around a steep spire of stone, you see a vista occluded from you as you approached it. A tall tower of sharp-edged gray stone embedded into a rocky bluff marks the final edge of the foothills, just a few hundred paces away from you. No longer blocked by this rocky rise, the noise of battle is a storm of sound. Dozens of horrid monstrosities press towards the tower, which is defended by a shield wall of well-armed, gray-skinned humanoids standing stoic and silent. Baloth, although you are jet black except for your skull, besides being gray, they look a lot like you.
Interesting. So, fine, handsome elven features. is what you're saying.
Exactly. Just
Yes.
top flight. Good genes. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Well, having spied that, I will then lower myself down, drop down, come all the way down to the ground.
Give me an insight check, Baloth.
Insight. I'm not terribly insightful. Oh, and I rolled poorly too. So that's like, I think it's a 2.
Nah, this all seems legit, Baloth.
Yeah, I don't have any. Yeah, I'm like, whatever. So I drop all the way down to ground level to fill everybody in on what I just saw. Yeah, some very handsome looking fellows seem to be facing off against inhuman monsters. Now, these inhuman monsters, what is their general sort of appearance?
Yeah, give me either history or arcana, either one. I realize you are not the most learned of drow, but you've been a lot of places. You've seen a lot of things.
It's true. I'm not the book learning sort. I get by on charisma.
Before,
Natural 20, thank you.
Yeah.
excellent. Before I tell you what it is that you observe, because you're about to know quite a lot, or Kira, you were owed a second scry.
Yeah, I think in this moment, before that happens, she's clutching her book for warmth and looks as Baloth comes on down and looks at everyone and says, sorry about all of that. Let me try to fix a little bit of that. I'm going to cast Healing Word, which is a bonus action, so we don't have to roll for it.
Hey.
I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word, and everybody's going to get 23 health back as a little warmth circles out of this area, and she apologizes with health.
Baloth, with a natural 20, you know 2 things. Those are Shadowkai. They are elves that are native to this plane. They are essentially Shadowfell elves. Those are the locals. The things they are fighting against are something that are called Sorrow Sworn, which are monsters that are basically, essentially almost mutated souls, basically, and they come in all varieties. With that natural 20, you spot a couple different kinds. Because, this is the type of thing that maybe you tried to catch some from the pits before.
Probably.
There are some that are roughly man-sized, but with huge mouths and long claws that are called the Hungry, that want to do nothing but consume all living things. Very similar to the undead, although they are not undead. They are very much still alive. Something called the Lost, which has multiple arms, but their arms just end in these sharp spikes like sickles. And you see these much smaller ones that are called the Wretched, that almost look like, they're about the size of dogs, but they've only got 2 legs and just massive mouths that are just filled with rows of teeth. And wave after wave of these things are coming at the Shadowkai.
Okay. I'll brief everyone on, we've got the things called Sorrow Sworn, and I basically do the little rundown. It's like, yeah, we actually used a few of them in the pits for a while. They were a little difficult to control, to be honest. And Shadowkai, which are Shadowfell elves.
They basically, it is not so much that they're souls, so much as they're like a personification of an emotion, basically, that just like solidifies and is given form. And that's where these things come from. They're just like manifested negative emotion.
Do I recall any particular weaknesses or strengths of these things?
As you said, they were very difficult to control because they're essentially relentless. They don't stop. They cannot be reasoned with.
Do you think we should help?
Although they're not unintelligent.
Do you think we should help the Shatterkai with them?
Well, they do lie between us and our destination. They might prove grateful for our help. Or maybe they'll just turn on us once we've taken care of the others.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I mean, we could jump in, but we have to be ready for them all to attack us, I guess. But it is a chance that we might have to take if they're blocking our path.
I mean, not to be mercenary about this, but we could just wait to see which one is winning, and then when they're on the verge of that, we attack them.
I feel like no matter how we go in, this is Shadowfell. And as the long saying phrase goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, but the friend of my enemy is also my enemy. So the question becomes, who are they going to see us fighting? And are they going to care before they start attacking us? So my first question is, how are we all feeling? Like, I can drop a quick cure wounds if need be. I kind of want to be at tip top before we rush in here.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, I am exhausted, and I like look toward the snow. I think about all the spells I've cast, and I'm like, y'all, if there's any way we can avoid this, if there's any other path or something, I just don't know if we like, I don't know how you guys are doing, but if we jump into battle, I'm
real low on
running low on the
spells.
tank. I'm running low in the tank.
Feeling nice. I don't
You
have
know,
all the
I'm
spells that all you guys have. I just got some stuff to keep me nice in the woods. This is not the woods.
thanks to Akira, I don't think I'm wounded at all, but, and you know what I say, the frenemy of my frenemy is my frenemy.
Do we? Yeah, Desmond?
I didn't know that, but that that is a valid point.
Do we think helping the Shatterkai would maybe please the Raven Queen? And as I say that, I'd like that other scry to go off, and I'd like to scry on the Raven Queen.
On the Raven Queen.
Well,
Right.
Because in this moment, I think Orkira thinks, well, the Raven Queen already talked to me through a scry once.
When you activate the scry, you see that porcelain mask again, Orkira, but it looks like she's right there with you. When you look around, she is not here. When you look in the scrying stone, you see the mask here with you. She's right next to you.
Oh, I wasn't sure if this would work. Thanks for taking my scry. Since we were able to talk before, I was just kind of wondering, we're also here trying to help Shaka, and we're thinking about helping some Shatterkai. Those are your people, right? The Shatterkai?
Yes.
They're fighting a bunch of Sorrowsworn. Is that something that happens often here?
It should not be. And yet, something upsets the balance of my domain.
Okay. That might be a later problem, but maybe I'm happy to help with that. We're trying to decide whether we're going to go help the Shatterkai. If we do, can you let them know we're friendly? We don't know if we can. We're kind of tired. That was a big avalanche. A lot of snow.
Your will is your own, Orkira Ildrex. But know that I see all. And the scryings again.
Oh, why does she always do that just as I'm about to ask another question? Okay, apparently the Shadowsworn are not a thing that's supposed to happen here, but it has been, and something's wrong. I don't know if the Raven Queen doesn't know what's wrong or is just being obtuse, which it may be both, I don't know. Yeah, I get the sense that if we decide to help the Shatterkai, she's gonna see it. She'll know.
Yeah, I think this is a test. And I was right before that blizzard hit us. The Raven Queen did speak to me as well. Didn't really get a chance to share it because we were dunked on by some snow. And the Raven Queen did mention that if we were worthy to get past some of the challenges laid before us, or the sense I got. So I don't know. I think this might be a chance to prove that we are, that we would support someone, a group of folks that are, that are native to this area, allied with the Shadow Queen. So, yeah, I think this might be a challenge or a bit of a game. Well, it all seems like a game to the Shadow Queen, but.
I have a silly question for you. You say she appeared to you. What happened to make that happen? Like, what happened right before she appeared?
I said her name, and what did I said that she was due. Well, I don't want to say it a second time. I said that. Yeah, I said something negative.
And I don't know why you would. The Raven Queen has been nothing but charming and generous.
Excuse me?
She stole my soul.
And my sister!
I mentioned her interactions with me.
And Chuck, I did mention you. I didn't get any answers from her this time.
I'm sorry, I do tend to see things solely from my perspective, but
yeah.
Surprise,
also,
surprise.
maybe she.
Can I go make friends with the avalanche?
So you said her name, and then she was there.
Yes.
Okay. So
everything
just for future
stopped.
reference, we should probably not be saying her name then. Yeah, because that seems like not the best. Because I still don't even know who she is.
I have a feeling that she's always watching, and she chooses when to intervene. And I think I might have just offended her, and that's why she chose to intervene. That's the sense I get. So I don't think I necessarily summoned her. I think she's always watching to see if we can make it through these probably trials or challenges for her. And she just kind of stepped in to check me a little bit.
So I'm sorry to interrupt.
All of you give me either religion or history.
Desmond, I think both you and Chuck are right. Names have power, and we got to be careful.
Yeah, a little bit.
Baloth rolls a 3, so he's like, "What do you think we should do, Marmadark? What do you think, boy? What do you think?" And he's just playing with Marmadark. He's not. He seems to have stopped paying attention. He's just like, "Oh, you're just a big slobberpuss. You're a big slobberpuss."
And then Desmond rolled a 5, so he watches Baloth play with Marmadark and just, I wish Frost were here. Like, I could do the same thing. Frost would have an answer for me with this. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I got a 13.
10, 13. Or Kira?
Roll a 2 for a natural 1.
Not
Well,
one,
natural
not one
but a
for book learning. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, it is what it is. So, do you intervene to assist the Shatterkai or not?
I'm always up for helping people, but
I
my job...
almost never am. I'll admit, but I'm willing to go with the group.
Well, here's what I'm gonna say. I'm here to help all of you, and I get the sense helping them will help us in the long term, because I think both Desmond and Chuck are right. I think she's always watching, and this might be a test, and also this might just be the right thing to do. So,
I think we should.
I hate that this feels like some higher power playing games with us.
Yeah.
But if she wants to play games, let's play.
Ooh.
that was surprisingly intimidating.
actually have a really high intimidation check.
I'm very intimidated right now. You're my friend.
All right, everyone.
He's unassuming till she's not.
Let's go barbecue these personified emotions, shall we?
Yeah, I mean, it might be a trick, but this is what we got to go off of like right now.
Perfect.
How far away are we from the battle?
You got time to do something before you get there.
Well, more importantly, if I wanted to cast something that is concentration up to a minute just before we enter the battle, do you want me to?
I mean,
say
I
that?
will say you can time it in such a way that like it will be going when you get there. Yes.
Can I though?
Although, let's find out.
Can I?
No, you can't. Actually, you can't.
I've got just the thing we can do just before we get in there.
Can I? I'm assuming that no one in the battle has noticed us.
So, when you all arrive, you see the first thing is these elves are very much getting beaten back, but the flank of the Sorrowsworn forces is very much exposed. Like, you all would be able to, essentially, were you to try, have a disproportionate impact as you just essentially ambush the monsters. They will have a chance to adjust and redirect, but their focus is all here, so you guys can kind of hit them here, essentially.
So can we get like sneak attacks against them?
More or less, yep.
Baloth is going to hang back at like the maximum range of his spell. Like as soon as he can see them and he knows they're in range, he's not going to get any closer than that.
Yeah, these things are horrific. All of you have traveled all over the plains, the Dread Domain, seen a lot of things. Again, they are just manifested vices. They're horrific. The Shadowkai, although they're yelling commands and things to each other, they do seem relatively emotionally unaffected from this. Even as they're dying, they scream in pain and things, but otherwise, they're all stiff upper lip, trying to hold the line.
Are the Sorrowsworn, are they carrying weapons or?
Nope.
Darn.
And there's weapon, claws, teeth, fangs. I will say each of you will get to do something before they realize that you're here, or, you know, in attack. So in Orkira, you can do a thing, Orkira.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yep.
Desmond, are you going in close or are you staying far away?
I feel like I should probably be best served staying back a little bit.
Okay. Is anyone going in close?
I am inclined to get within 30 feet, at
Okay.
least.
Well, let me soften them up a bit for you first.
And Shaka?
Yeah, I'm staying pretty far out. I'm gonna snipe with the Eldritch Blast for the most
Okay.
part.
I'm gonna
I got
follow.
300 feet on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Farida in and stay close to her. And when we're within 30 feet or so, I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians at 8th level.
Perfect. What do your spirit guardians look like when they spring into being?
Oh yeah, at this point, what comes out are little balls of molten rock, magma balls that just start flying around. And I'm sticking right next to Farida, and I'm going to designate all of my friends and all of the Shadowkai as friendly people. Don't attack them. So my little balls of magma just spinning around me. And if any of the Sorrowsworn get within 15 feet of us, then they're going to encounter bad things. And I'm going to be concentrating on that.
Perfect. And Baloth?
I am going to be looking to cast a fireball. Going to be upcasting it at 4th level, and I'm going to try to catch as many of these guys within. Obviously, I'm going to center it so that it doesn't hit any of us or any of the people that are rushing in to get close. And
let me ask you this, Baloth, because you kind of have your pick here. Is your intent to maybe drop it near the Shadowkai to help kind of like give them some room, drop it kind of in front of you guys, drop it right in the middle of them? I mean, there's just legions of these things out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna with that natural 20 on the Arcana. Which of these things do I think is the biggest problem? Like you said, there's various types of them.
But it's all intermixed. It's not. There's not like columns. You know what I mean? Like there's the hungry, and there's the
Gotcha.
The lost, and there's the wretched. You know, there's just intermixed.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop it at the edge of them that's closer to us. So, in the middle of them, but the outer edge hits us, so that the ones closest to us are softened up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, and Shaka's Eldritch Blasting. And Farida, what are you doing?
Farida is going to reach deep into herself and seize on her connection to the Nine Hells and trigger her Infernal Aspect.
Ooh, what's that do?
So she is suddenly swathed in a nimbus of flames, and just this aura of menace rolls out from her as two huge fiery wings expand. And Orkira, now you know why Freya jumps every time you cast Healing Word on her, because she thinks she did it accidentally. Everything within 30 feet of her needs to make a DC 21 Wisdom saving throw. And if they don't, they are frightened and they are affected as struck by a ray of enfeeblement, which doesn't really do anything because they don't have weapons. But
Farida, as you manifest this transformation, you just hear in your head, good.
And next to
she's
you,
so
you
mad
hear
at one god, and the other one can just wait.
and next to you, Orkira looks at this and is both super impressed and also even more intimidated. It's like, that is awesome and a lot. Ooh, that's awesome and a lot.
And what is Desmond doing?
How far away is the nearest of these enemies?
You can get as close as you want. I mean, like, you guys kind of crest this hill. They're getting within 30 feet. I mean, you can get as close to them as you want.
Well, I'm going to be with the team that's that 30 feet, and Desmond casts Hunter's Sense.
Which does what?
At third level, you gain the ability to peer at a creature and magically discern how best to hurt it. As an action, choose one creature you can see within 60 feet of you. You immediately learn whether the creature has any damage, immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, and what they are. If that creature is hidden from divination magic, you sense it has no damage, immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities.
It's awesome.
You can tell they have a number of resistances, but only when they're in dim light. It's always dim light in the Shadowfell, but if you can hit them with a bright light, you cancel everything they can do. Mostly.
I immediately
You cancel their defenses.
I immediately pass that along to the team and say, if we can keep light on them, we have an advantage.
Okay.
Balot's fireball throws
That's a bright light.
Sorsworn up into the air in all directions, and you hear "Ah!" as they turn and rotate, and they all see that you're there. And as this have the Shadarkai, you hear them yell out, "Push!" And the Shadarkai start pushing forward, and you realize the voice that is telling them to push is not one that is from the front lines. A second later, out of the back of the tower, you see somebody step forward into the middle of all of this. She is tall and statuesque. You can see that she's a tall, pale figure in gleaming black armor, rushes up behind one of the Shadarkai and literally puts a hand on their back and stabs through at the other ones and starts shouting orders and directing everybody to push the line now while they can. She turns and she looks in you all's direction, but she doesn't say anything. They're just like hacking and slashing and pushing forward. In the sky, as these things turn and look at you, you all see overhead an alternating pulse of light and shadow marks the sudden appearance of another shadow storm above you. But even more acutely than with the storm at the megalith site, the energy of this storm is being drawn off as fast as it is being channeled from the Shadowfell. The swirling shadow is torn away to dozens of tendrils that arc over and around you and then slam to the ground. But where they touch, empty air cracks open to reveal a portal resembling a wet maw of some unearthly creature. And each portal begins disgorging more Sorrowsworn that are coming towards you before it fades away. And with that, with the battle joined by Delatoth herself, is a good place for us to stop.
Yeah.
With wet maws. Okay, sure.
Wet malls.
Spitting out sorrow sworn in your direction.
I have one quick question for the DM because I've cast Spirit Guardians. I've cast it during this game. Did I get to cast it twice?
Did you get double Spirit Guardians? Yeah, absolutely. You said you did it, so yeah. It's
So
gonna be
that will carry over to the next game, even though I won't be the chosen anymore.
well, because it happened now. Yeah.
Awesome.
Important thing. Are you putting the second one here? Or are you putting the second one around the Shadowkai?
They have to be around me. It emanates
Okay.
from me in
Perfect.
15 feet, and I am staying right next to Farida and Desmond, so that all three of us are protected. And I cast it at 8th level, so if anything gets close,
Flamey
Nope.
orbs continue. Exactly. Like you have cast a wide range of nope. Perfect. Okay.
a wide range of nope is my next cover band. That's gonna be
Indeed. Thank you all for joining us here. Again, the only thing left to do is to tell you who won these Idle Champions Dice Vault with Iris D6, which of course is lovely. Still been working on a way to get Iris here, but she, the Shadowfell doesn't agree with my mucus sacs. The winner of the Idle Champions Dice Vault is Original Angston, original_Angston. And the Shadowfell Desmond theme pack, goes to Demon Gur, Grrr, Demon Gur. I love that name. There you go.
Perfect name to win the Shadowfell Desmond pack.
Once again, thank you to the Codename Entertainment community for helping us raise $20,000 for the Canadian Cancer Society. Again, literally saving lives with your generosity. Thank you so much for that. We'd also like to remind you that there is a new charity drive in Idle Champions, International Rescue Committee, which is live now. All net proceeds from this charity drive will go to the International Rescue Committee to support refugees now displaced due to the war in Ukraine. It's a wild time. It is a difficult and stressful time. It can seem like there's nothing you can do to make a difference, but there's quite a lot you can do. And actually helping the people that need it is a good way to do it. And the International Rescue Committee is a very legit organization. Finally, Desmond is available to unlock for the rest of the week. There you go. You can add him to your formation. I hope he doesn't take the same slot as Freely. Otherwise, that'd be rough. I mean, he's pretty big, but low center of gravity. I could take him.
It'll be Frida, Havilar, Frida, Freely, and Desmond. It'll be a party.
There you go. Yeah, I still haven't gotten over the fact that Freely and Havilar take up the same spot, because
it's Farida and Freely.
Oh, it is Farida and Freely.
That's why we said they didn't know each other.
Right, exactly. Because we just make the game too easy. If they could just roll us both out there, that's how that works. We have to play, to keep the interest high.
No, sadly, Desmond and Baloth are sharing the same slot.
Hurts a little bit.
Yeah,
it hurts when I'm trying to make my Idle Champions Presents Volume 3 formation because I can't put the two of you in the same place together.
It's
like
probably for the
tag
best.
team wrestling.
You just run over everything there.
So what I'm hearing is that the two of us together would be a little OP.
Mm-hmm.
That works for me.
That is one of the things that is going on right now. Hold on just 1 second. So the funny thing here, since we got just a minute left, is Delatoth canonically was a guy before, but in this Delatoth is a woman now, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna come out here and do some Delatothin'. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was a very beautiful man before, so it's just I'm here to see Delatoth living his best Shadowfell life. So real quick, with this minute we got left, everybody tell them who you are, where they can find you. We'll go in the opposite direction around the horn this time, starting with DJ.
Oh, hi, I'm DJ, aka
Desmond.
Human Ranger and Lycanthrope, that you can actually play right now in Idle Champions. And considering this is Idle Champions Presents, it's the best place for me to remind you of this. So go play with Desmond and have a great time, and
Hunt with the pack.
that's all.
Absolutely. Lauren.
I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the content coordinator for this game. You can find me on Twitter as OboLauren. You should go get Desmond and Shaka and Baloth and Frida and Havilar and Freely and go put them all in a formation with Orkira and destroy everything. It'll be great.
Yeah, go out and wreck face in our name. Shareef.
Hey, y'all, you can find all my stuff at ShareefJackson.com, ShareEef Jackson.com, and Shareef Jackson on all social networks.
Excellent. Mark?
Hello, I'm Mark Meer. You can find me at Mark_Meer on Twitter, Mark Meer on the Instagram, and of course, I'm available on Cameo for all your Mass Effect catchphrase related needs. I can also do Bailoff.
I was about to say, I mean,
I can do Bailoff
I
cameos.
didn't want to make it weird. I didn't want to be like Bailoff,
I've done a
and
few.
you're like, actually not Bailoff. You know, so we're okay. All right.
There have actually been a few Brother Uriah cameos too, so yeah, hey, anything you want. Anything you want.
Hey, we take requests. And last but certainly not least, Erin.
You can find me on Twitter at Erin M Evans. You can join me on Wednesdays on this channel, twitch.tv/CNEGames at 11 a.m. Pacific with B-Dave and also Trevor Bettis for Champions of Lore. And you can join me later on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/Dungeon Scrawlers for Dungeon Scrawlers, an actual play with a bunch of fantasy writers. And this week I am the guest DM, so that's going to get weird. So come and cheer me on.
Oh, and B-Dave, I apologize for not plugging Black Dice Society in my...
I'm like, what?
Can I also apologize for not plugging Black Dice Society?
We'll be back on Thursday. Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
See you in 3 days.
On Thursday. Right. Me, B-Dave Walters. I say words about things. You can find me all over the interwebs, where fine streaming content can be located, and on television, where fine tabletop G4 content can be located. Just follow me everywhere at B-Dave Walters. Y'all know what we do. In the meantime, thank you all once again. Votes for next week are open now, and we will see you then. Bye-bye.